Georgia again.
Howdy, partners in wine. I'm Gijigumi.
I'm Christy May.
Miss J.
And that makes this Wine with the Wifey. How's everybody doing tonight? Good to see everyone. Why we only got 3 things? Oh, never mind. We got 4 things active. Yeah, I'm just expecting good stuff because we always have technical difficulties. Yeah, but there has been no technical difficulties. So
Yeah.
Is this real?
there has been none. Not even before the show started.
Real wood.
I don't know. It's particle board at the very least. It's made of real wood. Yeah.
Thanks, China.
China. So we're
Doing kiddo. Or said goodnight.
good night, kiddo.
Thanks for giving me a coronary. That means scaring the shit out of me. Good lordy.
Georgia.
You said it. Sorry, I didn't open the door.
Ridiculous.
I'm an adult.
Sometimes she'll come home from school and she'll be like, I'm so angry. There was these bratty girls sitting at the table with me during seminar, and then they were like, me. They're being super bitches. And I was just like, you need to calm your voice and microphone. Like,
Kids setting up the pretenses to swear. God bless. It's so cute.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know really how I feel about it. Part of me
You're good, Dad.
Part of me takes the what's his name, that Andy Vi or whatever the hell that guy's name is, where he just doesn't give a shit. Like, I guess his like 4th grader was swearing at school, and the principal had him come to the office, and he was like, "My 4th grader saying fuck in your class is really the least of my concerns." And so, but at the same time, it's like I don't want her to grow up to be a complete degenerate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I want her to have some sort of respect for authority and
Yep.
things of that nature. So I don't know.
Slippery slope, man. You start swearing, saying, they're in a gang. I base that on nothing.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know.
Facial expression.
I'm assuming that's Gitch's sex face because that was amazing. It's like, open whatever he's opening.
Well, tonight we are drinking Screaming Goat from
What? Were you a bird?
Traveling Vineyard. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's my Screaming Goat. I've been listening to this audiobook called Dungeon Crawler Carl, and one of the characters is a screaming
That sounds
goat.
like a slang.
Did you want wine?
It's the book that I've listened to with you in the truck before.
Oh, that's right.
But one of the characters is a screaming goat. He just randomly screams.
Here comes Sniff.
Yeah, well, he's going for the steak juice.
Hit the carbs.
He's gonna go load up on mucus and then come deposit.
You want more?
Or
Or is that going to be enough?
Load up there, little friend. I was hoping to get with this wine. Your genetic material.
Like that? Here, intern, let's kill this.
Oh.
I don't think you even gave him 5 ounces.
5 ounces now.
Now you did.
That's a stiff 6.
Okay. Well, here we go. We got the show going. We're drinking wine
Yay. It's
in our.
literally all you could ask for.
Hello, hey,
It's Big
hey,
Fuzz.
Fuzz. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Holy stream studio, man.
It's actually in my dining room table, but we got a decent setup.
Stuff that we just don't use anymore.
Yeah, we used to have a green screen, and I use it when I do my gaming, but
God, I do miss filming in sandals. That was really nice.
the secret sandals.
Secret sandals, that's right. God, that shit was so expensive.
Yeah.
You always wanted nice stuff. It's like, well, we're always secret sandals. I mean, that is super
Day off.
expensive.
Cool.
Oh, nice. Yeah, our kiddo had today off too. I don't know.
guess apparently it was like Teacher Appreciation Day or something.
It was like a teacher workshop day. It was what she said.
I asked one of my other coworkers that her kids were off school, and I noticed that there weren't kids waiting for the buses around my neighborhood. And I asked her, I was like, well, why do they have the day off?
Why aren't they working?
Yeah.
Look at
You're working in the
that
coal
over
mines.
there
Doing something.
eating the steak grease.
He's having a hard time.
No.
He looks like a dog eating peanut butter.
I'm
You should probably just put that in the oven for the time being, since the sink is full. Why'd you take that from me, Dad?
Troublemaker in question.
Yeah, he was over there
He's such a
eating
mess.
some steak. He's a little monster.
Yeah.
Oh, and we got Chewy in the corner.
Yeah.
He's trying to tell you to engage the hyperdrive. Get away from the Empire.
Get away from the Empire.
That's right. Oh, this is good stuff.
So let's hear what everybody's been doing this week.
Oh, we're starting with me? Okay. Oh, everybody was looking at me. What have I been doing this week? Well, it's just been really busy at work. I've been trying to rasterize a map, and every time I go to try and do that, I get pulled off to do 5 other things.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just been...
So what you're saying is the map was never rastered.
and also I've been... It was several times. It's just each time it was a garbage, like, quality, and I had to redo it. And unfortunately, it takes a few hours to get done. And then I've also been trying to work on homework for my master's degree. That's been kind of stressful. But
Yeah, dude, I can't.
I get so, like,
Still in my back.
work has been so crazy that I get home and the last thing I want to do is, like, sit and read a bunch of
Dude.
research and stuff.
with
So
Well, I don't even want to do homework.
Dude, we haven't been on the show in a minute because it's just been such a crazy month. Like, this is actually your time to tell everyone on the show.
Did I pass my
Yeah.
RD exam?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say she's pregnant or
Oh,
something. I was like,
No,
like, I didn't expect that.
No.
Everyone says
No.
that. That's usually the reaction you get.
No, but you know that I passed my exam on October 1st, right after the hurricane. It was stressful because like we had the bad hurricane weather, and I had a hotel up in Raleigh, and I was waiting for the bad weather to pass, so I didn't leave the house until like later in the evening. And I got up to Raleigh. I got up to Raleigh. Yeah, I got up to Raleigh at like what 9:30, 9:45ish. And the hotel I had booked completely lost power, but thankfully they were willing to refund my money. But I was still needing a hotel, so I was like, "Well, does any other hotel have power in the area?" And they're like, "Well, we heard that the I think it was the Howard Johnson or something. I don't remember." So I drove there. The building was completely black, so I was like, "Well, they clearly don't have power." So instead of driving around like an idiot all night, and it was getting late, I decided that. That I was going to
you're telling your story.
Two things? That's too many things.
I didn't want it to like look weird or something like in the picture. That
Fair.
I started calling hotels and I found one by the airport that was open. And then I was worried that the testing center lost power, but they didn't. And I had extra time, which was really helpful, and I had my own room, which was really helpful. And I knew I was either going to get 125 questions or 145 questions. So, and I could see the number of questions I was at as I was taking the exam. So as I got closer to 125, I just got more and more anxiety. And I got to like 124 and then 125 and I hit next. And I was like, okay, this is it. Like, it's either we're going to keep going or it's going to stop and tell me if I passed or failed. So I clicked and it kept going and I was like, fuck. Like, I'm so close, like, because usually if it keeps going, it means you're really close to passing. So I was like, damn, I'm really close. So I just kept going, and then it turned off at 145, and it took me to like this damn freaking survey screen. So then I started panicking, thinking that I failed the exam, and I was like, oh shit, did I fucking fail? And I was like, I'm scared at this point now, and my heart is racing. And then after I like do the clicks and answer the survey, it's like the screen pops up and it's like, you passed.
Really?
So, and then work's been pretty good. There's been some stress the last week and a half, just some crazy stuff that's kind of happened, and kind of just some growing pains of timing, like because now I'm kind of going more to the hospital, because I do both. I do outpatient cardiac rehab, and then I go to the hospital and see patients inpatient that qualify for cardiac rehab, or they might not qualify for our rehab program, but they still get the education on risk factors and making diet changes and stuff like that. And like the day before yesterday, like it's every room I went to was like, one room was like the nurses were like in there for like 30 minutes with the patient just doing, I don't know, God knows what they were doing. So I couldn't do my education, and I was like, well, I asked
cheese dip. That cheese dip better be good.
I asked the nurses, like, how much longer are you guys going to
We're
be?
just boring him to death. That's what's happening. He's like,
Well, it's part of the show.
I don't know. Cheese dip is pretty important.
So yeah, it's kind of like the last couple days have just been like bad timing with getting patients, like getting in to talk to patients and stuff. But I just kind of learned to like let it go now, because it's not like my boss is like screaming at me for not getting to see as many people as I could have, and she totally understands that it's the hospital and there's all these random shit that happen, and sometimes patients get moved. Like the other day I went down to like the cath lab, and they were moving the guy as I got down there back to where I was at on Reed. So I was like, great. Well, I'll be back up there in 20 minutes.
So while we were listening to Miss J, I got this selfie from Mr. Andy. And and I had literally just taken a selfie to send to him, but he beat me to it. I didn't know he
That's
was
funny.
gonna-
Sometimes you.
And then he's like, I know, I copied you.
That's awesome. We inspire people.
I miss Andy and Graham time, because I haven't really seen them like maybe once in the past month. Like I normally talk to at least Andy every day, and I haven't talked to him. Like today was the first time I talked to him in like a week maybe.
Damn.
But it's kind of crazy. I mean, part of it is I've just been like real tired or sick, but I think that things are just kind of different because Graham had his crazy girlfriend's family living with him after the hurricane.
Cool.
So I think we take a hit for that. Andy has a girlfriend that practically lives with him, so I knew before I even knew he had a girlfriend that there was something going on, because we just didn't hear from him.
Yeah.
And
That's how that goes.
guys when they get new girls, or girls when they get new guys.
Yeah, they kind of drop.
You don't hear from them.
Yeah, go off the grid. Yeah.
Yeah, they got to figure out the relationship and the dynamic and all that stuff.
No, they just gotta have a lot of sex.
Like I said.
Yeah, figure out the
I don't
dynamic.
want to think about that. And
I was trying to avoid that mental image.
Even a little. Taking issues, man. That was awesome.
One thing, since last week, we have breached the 100 subscriber mark on YouTube.
That's awesome.
Yes,
We've got 101.
man.
So now when Jabei YouTube comes in, we can tell him,
That's fucking awesome.
even though he's the one that pointed it out last week. But
Whatever. Semantics.
Marley, you don't drink.
Wants to though.
Like says you.
But I'm definitely happy to have all this studying past me. At least until possibly I decide to go get a master's, which won't be for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, take a break. Like this is a few months past, man. Like,
Yeah, no, I'm not considering it any time.
break.
don't do a gitch.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm like addicted to being in school or something. Cause I was
set. Like
I was
fine with being this close, and then you cross the finish line, and it's like you're like
I can't be done.
you feel like a quitter because you finished, and that's absolutely not what you are at all. It's like, well, better go back to school and then take forever doing that.
Yeah. Well, hopefully I don't take forever with this one.
You will, though. And you'll be happy.
Well, I mean, considering potential future events, it might take me a while, but
I don't know how my head sounds on the microphone, but that felt like I do.
You might want to bring it a little bit closer to your mouth, too. You're kind of...
Now you're speaking my language. I think the intern's gay. That's all right, man. It's 2022.
Someday we'll get back to lavalier mics. Just the ones that we had started breaking, and
nuts.
I have one in my wish list on Amazon that's like, it's a single receiver that has 4 transmitter packs.
That's awesome.
Which is still not enough if all of us are here, but I figure one person can have the faux SM7B and the rest of us will be on.
Nice.
If we have all 5.
Well, if
this
we
is a
don't
tiny
win
table
on
for
Saturday,
5 people.
Now, when you guys win on Saturday, which, isn't going to happen once Jennifer buys her tickets. But
I already bought my tickets tonight.
there you go.
Yeah, we bought our tickets too.
There you go.
I mean, I could win tonight.
You
Because
could.
I bought tickets for tonight's drawing also.
Oh, that's right.
Mega.
Mega's
Mega Millions.
up there
Yeah.
too. Well,
'Cause
just let us know when you're calling a lawyer.
It would be significantly less. It would be significantly less.
But are you really going to complain?
But I wouldn't. Yeah, it would still be enough.
You're
It would barely be enough for me to live the lifestyle I want to live.
you bougie.
Yeah,
You get so
so
How many?
I wouldn't be able to.
After
I
tax?
wouldn't be able to G6 and a helicopter. I'd have to pick one.
Oh. Pray for Gitch. We'll start a hashtag for you. Pray for Gitch. We'll do an online survey. Which one should Gitch get with his 8 figures? Go with the plane.
I probably would. I mean, that would be the more economical decision.
Yeah, and you get out further and farther. Like a helicopter is great when flying around. You just can't go very far.
Yeah.
It's like,
I mean, let's be honest. It would be cool to be the rich asshole that has a helicopter. That
Oh,
would
yeah.
just piss all my neighbors off.
oh, dude, like Leonardo DiCaprio in The Wolf of Wall Street. He's like, I'm drunk. Wow. Just
No, I
you
wouldn't.
can barely land it.
I would never advocate flying a helicopter drunk.
I will,
No.
but only because I'm very self-conscious about the way I fly.
I broke the tail wheel, so I don't know why
That
you're
was hilarious.
self-conscious. It was weird, though. I mean,
That was, what was weird about
in my
it?
defense.
No, in your defense,
did
you
this happen
landed.
across country?
No,
No.
when I was doing my A part with him, actually.
Yeah, I was doing it. I think it was right after I got there.
Mhm.
What's funny about it is he landed it perfectly straight. It's hell
It
yeah,
would-
butter,
well-
right on the money.
From the beginning, it was funny because, I've known Intern since he was a brand new PI.
You're being demanded by Steven.
Steven.
Remember your shirt. What do you offer?
I Intern was a fresh, brand new PI in Afghanistan, flying with me as a PC. And then he came to this unit and he was evaluating me on my annual A-part requirements. And the whole time, we sat down for table talk and he's like, "What would you like me to ask you?"
That's weird. Stockholm syndrome's just.
Weird dynamic here.
I think we just were like, "You good?" I'm like, "Yep." All right, let's go fly.
Yeah.
I think we just canned it. Total corruption.
Hell yeah. Well, not so
Yeah,
much that your
girl.
job. Do you still get paid? If you still get paid, hell yeah.
Hey, Steven, we haven't seen you since the playoffs started. Listen, I gotta tell you, brother, I'm from San Diego. Part of me is sorry for you personally, for your Dodgers, but part of me is really happy for my Padres because holy crap.
Nice.
I hope
Wow.
that $5 raise helped when the Dodgers got kicked out of the playoffs by the Padres.
When is the World Series?
It's right now.
Oh,
Literally, game
Yeah, it's
game
game
6.
six.
Game 6 is tomorrow.
Yeah.
really? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, my hat's off to the Phillies. They played a heck. They're
Is
playing
it the Phillies and the Astros?
Phillies and the
Thank
Astros.
God.
I was listening to on the radio,
Thank
and
God.
a lot of people just thought Phillies were just going to sweep it, and it's not turning out that way.
Oh,
it's
the Astros are really good. Honestly,
Well, they beat the
Fair
Yankees.
enough, boss. You stick with your team. Like the great Vince Scully said, it will be Dodger baseball again soon. But until then, 111 wins. One playoff win.
Heck. His like evil laugh.
Sorry.
You needed to go like.
Wine.
Wine.
The screaming goat. That's good.
Yeah, I'm sure it sounds something like that. Getting back to the story. So I totally broke protocol, but I didn't actually evaluate him because, I didn't think I could or didn't think I should. I don't know. Whichever one.
Lord.
I feel like. And then we went out flying, and what were we doing? No, we were just.
Since I have to say he did evaluate me.
I did evaluate him. I did. Actually, no, and for all legal purposes, you were evaluated. And you passed. Anyway.
That's why I said for legal reasons.
Exactly. We never know who's listening. We were doing a boost off. That's what we were doing. I was like, no.
Yeah, it was boost off.
So we were flying a boost off, which is like that's the maneuver where like you're gonna torque the shit out of the fucking tail on a Black Hawk helicopter with the boost off because it's without that hydraulic assist, the helicopter's just all over the freaking place and you're literally stirring the pot. I know it looks like I'm jerking off a giant dick right now, but I swear I'm not. I'm simulating.
So many shorts happening in this episode right now.
I like this motion here. Can you do that thing where you cut the thing around my figure and I'm just doing
yeah, that's gonna be it's vertical format. So.
Yes. You landed it straight. I was like, dude, that was an excellent landing. And no sooner had I thought that than we literally on like a carousel ride, like both of them were like it felt like we were in the spin cycle in a laundry chute. I'm like,
and it's boost off, so I'm like trying to fight the torque, but it's 80 pounds of pressure to move the pedal at all.
Right.
And
plus we're on the ground.
Yeah.
Which is even more unforgiving. So we're both stepping on the pedal, trying to be like, stop. Oh man, that was scary.
Or 120 pounds of pressure on the pedals. Yeah, it's a lot to move that pedal with boost off.
Well, you're lucky you passed. You're lucky he gave you a pass.
Well, I had to do another flight. I had to do another flight because
we couldn't continue.
We couldn't continue.
I couldn't continue.
Can't do a roll on when the tail wheel pin's broken.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we couldn't do the rest of the evaluation with a broken tail wheel pin. So we're just like, well, I guess we'll just pick this up later.
I'm glad you like that, Steven. I did do so. I've got another one that I changed the format on a little bit, so it doesn't have all the extra stuff.
Wait a second.
Around.
Is that his name? Is that Steve's name for 60 Hawk?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's Steve's name for Devin Bacon. Yeah.
I was about to say, did Devin Bacon give himself that name? Because
no, that's just what Steve calls.
That's what Steve called. Okay,
yeah,
that's
because it used to be 60 Hawk.
Right. Okay.
And then
if Devin gave himself that name, I'm about to get him on speaker so we can roast this little piggy because that is not cool.
No, that is 100% Steven's.
Totally fair. Steve can call him whatever he wants. Whatever helps dull the pain. Never helps dull the pain.
Because suicide is painless.
Dude, that came up on my feed. The final moment of MASH where Hawkeye saying goodbye and he flies away in that little helicopter and says goodbye down there. Oh, dude, like that song gets stuck in your head. It's so relaxing, but when you hear the lyrics, they're like
creepy.
It's creepy. I
don't think I've ever looked at the lyrics.
Oh man, it's awesome.
It's just a sad song. Yeah,
it is. It's a very sad song. But
which makes sense. I mean, it's a Movie about the Korean War.
Right.
So.
It's a show about the Korean War, which is
show and movie.
Oh, that's right. There was a movie. They were saying like to this day, like the series finale match was like the most watched episode of TV ever.
Or
Dallas. When I was growing up, we used to have that on during dinner. Like we had the TV.
Being a little kid, I remember
TV on a stand by the dinner table, and we just watch. We'd watch MASH, Walker Texas Ranger, and Kung Fu. That would be our night.
Back in our day.
Yeah. Amber always likes to bring that up. She's like, remember when we were kids and your mom and dad always watched Texas Walker Ranger?
Texas Walker Ranger. Yeah.
No. Walker Texas Ranger.
I'm just we all knew.
Sex Lexia.
Sex Lexia. It's a sexy learning disorder.
Wow, this is a crazy song.
Yeah, sing. We can't sing the lyrics, can we?
No.
Ah, let's not.
Yeah, let's not.
Hold on, Steve.
I keep telling you, Steve, this is the wrong. You got to go to the other channel on that other website in order to see that stuff.
Yeah, fansonly.com.
You know, one of these days we should just have a bunch of props off camera. Just like, here's my sack of balls.
Line, but
Yeah. Like a carrot top.
Yeah, right.
Bit.
That's
I don't
true.
like that dude, but
He's kinda,
Nobody does.
He's kind of scary,
But he does the prop
he
comedy.
knows. Yeah, I think he knows it.
Yeah.
We need tennis balls.
Have you seen him lately? Like, he does not like himself. He just looks.
rough.
He has tattooed on makeup,
Damn.
and he's like jacked. Like he clearly is not
he's
happy
clearly
with himself.
abused steroids, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's rough, man. I'm glad I'm me. It's like we all want to be celebrities, but we don't want to be Carrot Top. You don't want to be any celebrity that's abused.
Definitely don't want to be Carrot Top.
Yeah, he's had a lot of plastic surgery.
Yeah.
I like how any pop culture reference we're bringing up right now, Chrissy May is like on the hunt for it. Ash, looking it up. Carrot Top, got him. Oh God, he knows himself. Jesus Christ! Pick another celebrity to be. Holy crap!
Chrissy May's on the resident fact checker.
Meanwhile, Steve is like giving us ideas for our Carrot Top prop comedy tour. We got tennis balls, a poop emoji, and a giant black dildo with Intern's face on it. Does it vibrate?
Of course. Why wouldn't it? We'd just set it on the table and watch it like dance.
Look at him dance.
Dance, Intern, dance. We'll set up a betting site on the side for like what the minute mark is that it falls off the table.
Oh fuck yeah, honey, what are you watching? Watching Wine with the Wifey.
I'm watching a bunch of idiots sit around and try to get a dildo to fall off the table.
They're drinking wine and they got this guy's face on a dildo. What?
I hope you're calling your mom.
Actually, I was calling. What is his name on Kamiyadori or whatever?
Oh,
Chris?
Yeah, Chris. Yeah.
Furby, that shit was creepy AF.
Oh, Furby?
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah.
It's like eyes.
I used to be in a comedy improv team when I was in high school, and we had one.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, so we had one. I actually did get paid. So we had one.
Professions or things Matt has done or Gitch has done.
I like how you just throw it out a number. I was like, what the heck?
We had one show
What he's talking about.
where the person
Numbering Gitches.
the person in the audience recommended you always take things, and they recommended Furby, and so the guy that was acting the Furby, like it wasn't me, but it was two of the other people in the troupe, and the guy just went like, and then the other person that was in there just was like, crushed him with a train. It was hilarious. It's so goddamn funny. Just because that was at the time that Furbies had like just come out, and people already just hated their existence.
Oh my god!
And now, have you seen what people are doing with them now? They're like taking the arms and legs off and replacing them with Barbie arms and legs. And it just looks so goddamn creepy. It's like
It's a Halloween decoration.
Yeah, it is.
Dude, I was just thinking that.
I mean, it's like
imagine going to a haunted house.
It's like that kid from Toys or Toy Story. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Imagine going to a haunted house and it's full of those fucking things, and you're just like, it's like a what is it? An escape room.
Oh, you see him? Oh yeah. Yeah. Just. Yeah.
Oh, dude.
It's like the gremlins almost.
Dude, that's awful.
It's nightmare fuel. Yeah.
Dude, that is absolute nightmare fuel.
It's going for $70 on Etsy.
What the fuck?
Hey, $70 for this abomination.
Look at this one.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
You know, like I don't want to look at more, but pull up more.
Furby centipede.
It's funny.
Feed her.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, this is
You know,
awful.
PewDiePie's wife sells those.
Who's that?
You don't know who PewDiePie is? He's like the most famous YouTuber.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
Mr. Beast is the most famous YouTuber, but before Mr. Beast existed, it was PewDiePie.
these are the two kids who like.
PewDiePie's not a kid anymore. He's like our age.
But
I
he's
don't
still
know
like
what's
his
going
whole
on
thing is
here,
like playing video
but-
games online, right?
Yeah, that's how he started.
This one has some issues.
Then he did meme review. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Shit, good for him.
I mean, he's just a YouTube celebrity, but he's got like 100 million subscribers or something like that. He makes enough money with YouTube that he's retired at 36 or something like that, 38. And he still does like he just does YouTube things where he just talks about whatever he feels like talking about, and all the money he gets goes to charity because he has enough money. So he's just like, everything I make on YouTube, I just give it to a charity, some random charity
His
every
name
year.
is
That's cool.
Spit. It says his
That's
name
awesome,
is
man.
Spit.
That is awesome.
It really is, you know.
If I had that much money, that's what I would do. too.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seriously.
Well, that's why. Like, if we win the lottery, like one of the things I'm going to do is pump a bunch of money into Gitchagumi Media, and then this will just be what I do with my free time.
Yeah. Oh, dude, this
It's like-
that'd be glorious.
It's like I really can't think of any like 9-to-5 type job or any other kind of job that I would really be satisfied doing if I had enough money that I didn't need to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but doing this, if I had enough money that I didn't need to work and I could just do this even if it didn't make money, I'm doing it now even though it doesn't make money. So it's like, that'd be cool. More mugs?
Yeah.
How many mugs do we need?
Well, we're gonna get the wine with the wifey mug for this show, but we don't have it yet. So, in fact, you, I believe, are the only person in the world right now that has that
one.
mug. Yeah,
It could be worth something someday. Oh,
it's like number one.
The first one.
Yeah.
buddy.
Barley, you got some crazy eyes, dude.
He does.
You gotta calm it down a little. You look like that one lady on Housewives. What's her
Kinda
name?
has
Ramona.
Ramona, yeah, on Housewives.
I took
I
a
don't watch
selfie.
Housewives, but that sounds hilarious.
I took a selfie not that long ago. I think when I was on my trip, I sent it to a couple of my friends in the area that I was at in a group chat, and
Can you let them out,
first
intern?
person was like, "What's going on with this picture?" And I was like, "What about my picture?" And then I was just seeing ... like forever, And I was like, okay, I know I have some crazy eyes in this picture. And then my friend Melinda's like on Housewives, like crazy eyes.
I didn't
So
think they were
funny.
that crazy. I mean, I looked at the picture after you told me that, and they were definitely not Ramona eyes. He's like, I want you to go out there with me. Well, he wants you to play. He wants a toy.
Bring your toy over, Barley.
Buddy.
Barley, where's your
Yeah,
toys?
you can get me a toy. I'll only have that, but I'm sitting in this chair.
Oh,
That's
Viva's
what I get
upset
paid
that
for.
he's getting petted and she's on the couch now.
Yeah. Viva.
She's so ridiculous.
She is. I guess we should get another bottle of wine. Well, you haven't finished yours.
Cool.
Yeah, you guys can start another bottle.
Oh, yeah, totally.
You want me to get another bottle?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Should we do?
Please.
No,
Should we do red?
Get a red and then make sure you put it through the aerator so there's no stuff.
Dude,
Good call.
that is. You gotta aerate.
All right, you guys have the show.
We have the cotton. What do we do? Like the meme, the guy comes back with the pizzas and the whole apartment's burning. Like it's on fire for no reason.
Oh, she was not on the couch. She wants up there. So before we switch the couch around, oh my god, when was the last time you let her out though? That was a long time ago.
What?
So
Because it's convenient that it's your blanket in this instance.
yep, it's a. No, she's staring at it. What was I saying?
Something about rearranging the couch.
Oh yeah, so I rearranged the couch, and then after that, before I arranged it again, her and Pierre were both able to jump onto the couch. Like we've had Viva how many years now,
Yeah,
and she's
clearly
been making us pull her onto the couch. And then one day she just jumped up herself. I was like, what?
You lying bitch.
Yeah. And then we redid the couch. Now she's like, I can't get up. I can't get up. I can't jump up there. I'm like, there's nothing different. It's the same freaking couch.
Dogs are weird like that. Got a little staircase for our dog. It's hilarious.
Well, he can't get up into the bed.
To be
without it.
fair, like our bed is like
We should probably get another staircase. We have the one that's at the gate that used to be up in our bedroom. But like our bed has been like taken care of.
Things you get past the gate before.
Oh yeah.
Leave here without doing this.
Thank God. You remember. I totally.
Good thing there's a thing on there. You can just tear it off without using that.
Or, suffer. Suffer. The Og mug.
No, there's none other than those two, I think. I think that's it.
That's it.
I'm already
here.
buzzed. I've had like 4
Let's
sips.
slow burn this, man.
I feel like I'm just like moving in slow motion.
Yeah, I'm not in a hurry. Oh,
It's like help.
damn it! We should have let her suffer for just a second, just to hear her say help.
Yes. Oh my god, you almost took your face out.
I was waiting for you to make the face again. That was incredible.
That one was hard. That screaming goat. That was a tough one.
Would you say it was a hard one?
I don't know. I just was also thinking screaming goat and yeah.
Yeah, so are we. We're children.
Gone like the wind.
Are you ready?
Let's get Intern blown out of his mind.
Hi.
Wait.
Whoa, Carly, you made me just dizzy.
I'm not yet. Give me 1 second.
Carly.
Yes, please mix the red with the white so we get
Rosé.
red, white. Yeah, there you go. A rosé.
Hi. What do you do? Well, I know you want all the attention. Hello. Go crazy, guys.
Yeah. Hit me.
When we were having dinner tonight, Christy Gumi was sitting across the table from me. Like, I have a hard enough time just eating in general right now without, like, throwing it up. But, like, oh, he's drinking the wine. And then,
Getting his.
and then freaking, Georgia was making the weirdest sounds while she was chewing. I thought I was eating dinner with my mom for a minute. I was like, oh my god, what is happening here? Yeah.
What in the literal fuck? This is the most upsetting thing I've heard in weeks. I'm being sarcastic.
For those of you that didn't hear me, I said she was dipping her steak in mayonnaise.
What? In the literal fuck.
So, I don't know how this happened, but I mean, because mayonnaise on a steak when you grill it is a common thing. So is
Yeah,
butter.
because it's like fat. It's
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
But
So
then, like,
explain.
I
Thank
had
you.
told her about that, or told Gitch about that, or something. She's
Well, it was in the air fryer perfect steak recipe.
yeah, okay, yeah. And so she's like, well, I'm going to put some mayonnaise on my steak. And she gets a knife out. She starts spreading it on top of her steak. Like, oh
my god.
And ever since then, she just gets a large pile on her plate and she dips it in it.
Dips her steak in mayonnaise.
I respect the individuality, but that's the only part. Like, that poor steak. I can't.
Yeah, it's like, I make steaks that are good enough that you don't really need.
Yeah, anything.
I used some A1 tonight for the steak that we made, but
I love A1.
you don't need it. Like, you could eat the steak without.
I needed
absolutely.
it because I don't know. I put the first piece of steak in and I felt like I was like a pregnant person smelling beef again. I was like, oh, I'm going to get sick. So then I started dipping it in the A1.
A1. I mean, A1 is good.
Yeah, it is. It's super.
And for a steak, like it was a top sirloin, so it's not like the best cut of beef, anyway. But usually, like when we've had like T-bones and stuff, And we'll just put like a pat of butter on top.
When do we
of
have
it.
T-bones?
That'll be before we have had. I said
I was like, what?
we don't regularly have them, but when we
Last time we had it was the first
Washington.
time we were in Washington.
yeah, when we were in Washington and we could go to that meat store
We always just got ribeyes there.
or ribeyes. That's what I meant. I didn't
God,
mean
it's
T-bones.
cool,
I meant
boys. I miss
ribeyes. Yeah.
them so much. It's Tacoma boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that place.
God, that
God,
place
you could get like a
a
2-inch thick ribeye
oh girl
For like $8.
for like $8. Yeah, it was.
No.
Fish,
hit the
no
best
fish out here.
everything.
compared.
Why you can't? I mean, it's Seattle versus
Yeah.
North Carolina. Like, come on.
Well, I know they have that whole Outer Banks show, where they're catching all the fish out there.
Wild tuna.
Wild tuna.
Have you seen wild tuna?
I've seen the commercials
Dude.
for wild tuna.
There's the episode. The current season is a bunch of goddamn people from
Alaska.
from New England coming down. No, it's in the Outer Banks. It's
Yeah.
Not from Alaska.
It's wild
because,
tuna
the
Outer
whole-
Banks.
Like the whole crab season got canceled up there.
yeah, it's wild tuna Outer Banks,
Oh,
and it's a bunch of people from New England because
from Gloucester.
yeah, because the fishing season in New England was like really bad apparently, so they all came down to the Outer Banks, and so it's a bunch of New Englanders fighting with a bunch of Southerners, and it's fucking hilarious. It's
Man, I
like,
feel about
what are you doing down here? And it's like, fuck you, man. We're gonna get the best fucking in the world, man. It's like, holy shit.
God, you know it'd be great if
It's like if Sly Dog and Smooth John were like arguing with each other.
This won't be doxing because it's not music, but there was this. I think I saved it. There was this TikTok I sent my friend, and it's like how people, no offense to how people talk here, but it was kind of funny. This is like that's somewhat true for sometimes. Some people are like that, especially if they live in like Troy. Let's see.
Well, she pulls that up, it would be awesome. Since we're talking about dudes coming from New England down to the south to fish.
That's more like Bayou.
Mullet. He's wearing a Colonel Hulkwood mullet.
That's like a
Because when you move down south after living in New York your whole life and can't understand people, Southern accents be crazy. And I've literally talked to people that sound like that. Like
That is fucking awesome.
that's why I said the guy that lived in Troy, he talked like that. I was like, what?
Mommy bullshit. I'll love that. I would get back to. I mean, that's my favorite part of that movie.
what movie?
I think it was The Water Boy. It was.
Ah, okay.
That's right.
Yeah.
He's like the assistant coach. He's just all he wears is overalls and a straw hat. He's clearly straight out of the bayou.
Okay, so tomorrow, because Mike realized the World Series starts at 6:30, it's just gonna be me and Gloria.
Oh, okay.
Is he a Phillies fan? He's got to be.
I don't know. Well, he's from Florida. I don't know what that means.
That's awesome. Way to hit me with logic. Well, he's from Florida, so, whatever the fuck that is. Well, all right then. I got a lot to think about.
So kind of funny though, because I was leaving the doctor's office today from my IV again, and I'm driving down the road and I get a call from Gloria, and she's like, "Hey, so I'm driving down 24, and like I'm not sure if I just haven't gone far enough yet, because they said that Nursery Road was right after Linden Oaks, and I just passed Linden Oaks." And I was on 24 coming the opposite direction. And I was like, "Oh, you're just about ready to meet me up on the road now." So that was pretty cool. I was
It's
just
freezing
like,
for California.
I was not
Yeah.
expecting them to get here until tomorrow, because they were leaving on the 1st.
Oh yeah, because they were supposed to originally have been
Left
here
the
on the
26th. Yeah, they were
That's-
supposed to be here by the 1st.
Wait a minute. I thought they were at. No.
They were at.
No, they're here.
Oh, they're coming here.
Yeah, they just got here today.
He's gonna work at Brigade.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
We can say hello. Well, let me. No, you're better than me, buddy.
I don't know. Gitch was always super awkward around him. He was like, "Oh, you're so much higher ranking than me."
That's not true. That's awesome, Steve. We're glad to have you. Nice.
I like that Barley's entire body is covering mine.
He's just licking you.
Can you cats actually open your computer door?
No.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Dolly was like reaching up like she was
Your
crying.
face is like wet.
yes.
Yeah, it's like
Shiny.
Barley.
Sweet buddy. I need you to get away from the crotchal region.
You're sitting in your van watching your favorite people. Why don't you go inside your house, Steve?
I know.
'Cause he's just got off work, I think.
Is he in
Or
the?
they
Are
canceled
you
this-
in the van in your
canceled
own
this
driveway? Like people are calling the cops because you're the creepy guy outside your own house. That would be a funny reason to have the cops show up.
He typically wanders around in his underwear too.
Speaking of creepy houses,
I don't know.
did you guys watch that Netflix series, The Watcher?
No, not yet.
Oh man,
Dude,
it's good.
It's pretty fucking good. Oh, that's right. They're 3 hours behind. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
3 hours behind.
That's right. Which means he's off in 10 minutes. There you go. Man, driving in LA traffic will suck.
At least it's not I-5 in Seattle Tacoma area.
No, it's the LA traffic is worse than that.
Yeah,
We've been there
LA
numerous
traffic
times
is-
that we
yeah,
thought it was.
LA traffic is
LA traffic it's more
Horrendous.
dense,
Yeah.
but at least it moves.
Yeah.
until it doesn't. In certain areas, it doesn't.
We
fully.
literally drove nonstop every time we've been there, just during rush hour traffic, and we were like, "This is not bad at all." Like we're creeping along, but it's not like Seattle where you're just sitting there, and then all of a sudden you're like, "Oh, I gotta creep up
Yeah,
real quick before
you
somebody
don't.
gets in
You
front
do
of
not
me."
move in Seattle. You don't move in San Diego either.
Mm-mm.
It used to be like LA. Like, okay, well, there's a lot of traffic, but you move.
Like I know when I see on like the wives pages when they talk about what's worse traffic, at JBLM or at Washington D.C. or whatever,
Mm-mm.
and like a lot of people will chime in. And apparently Washington D.C. traffic and JBLM traffic are pretty similar because a lot of people that are like, I'm from Washington D.C. and I think Washington's worse, or then a lot of people from California are like, oh no, I hate going to Washington or being at D.C. because even back in California with our bad traffic, it's not as bad as that.
Yeah.
I've
DC
seen that so much.
DC is
DC
pretty.
traffic goes forever. Like DC was like an hour ago, and its traffic is like halfway down Virginia.
Yeah.
At which point you're already in Richmond, and then you got to deal with that.
Yeah.
I mean, my only experience with DC traffic is when I was a truck driver, and I never because with a semi you can't actually go into DC unless you have a specific reason to be there. So I only did like the
Like the 395, whatever.
Yeah,
whichever
the
one
bypass,
wraps around,
the bypass that wraps around, and it was. I would plan if I was having to drive past DC, I would plan my routes so that I'd be like driving past at like 1 o'clock in the
Because
morning.
that beltway like feeds to not just DC but like everywhere else in the area. Like, I guess you could call it the.
show you guys this video.
This better be good, Steve.
I thought he
good.
was gonna, when I saw it spanning down towards
Yeah.
his chest, I was like,
Pants on, buddy.
I was like, oh my gosh.
He's done. He does not have pants on. This is gonna be great. But then you had pants on. I was genuinely impressed. I've encouraged him to send us a video.
Don't
Pants.
don't encourage it, man.
I wasn't trying to. But I can't tell Steve what to do. He's a grown ass man. He's either gonna send us a
Yeah,
video.
but you could imply that you would like him to do something.
Seems like intern Ryan is
Yeah,
batting for
Yeah,
the other
so-
team right
send the intern that video. Don't send it to me.
Yeah, send it to Matt's phone.
That's so funny. So I was talking to Chris earlier, I think yesterday or today, one of the two. And I have to find what he told me to share.
Intern, you missed. Like, you would have loved last week's show.
Oh, dude.
Because Chris, the German Chris came on and was just like...
That's awesome.
being just the most inappropriate you can be. It was
We were packing our the asses.
Yeah.
off
You're in
in
Asheville. Oh, man. That was glorious, man.
There you go. There you go, Intern. He wants you to spank him.
I could use a spanking.
So he
Man.
sent me this thing that he saw
That's a
on
long drive just to get
I don't
a
know.
spanking.
Instagram or something or whatever. It's a really long post, but the gist of it is that somebody was like with their lover or wife or something like that, boyfriend or whatever, and apparently they've been together a long time, but her boyfriend is a loner or something like that. And it says it's not often you find a pretty girl who likes games, but then they started dating, and then she'd been dragging him around with her, taking him to try new things. We had a couple of obstacles. A period of time where he spent literally no attention to me and just played video games. So I was ready to lose my virginity to this guy. I really love him, and overall he's an amazing guy. So he was also a virgin, so we were comfortable to just mess around. Next day, he's all standoffish and pissed at me and asked why, and he asked me if I was just pretending to be into it last night. I said, no, I was wet, you saw that. I love you, etc. and this. And he goes, God, I'm so fucking pissed about this, because he says I'm lying, and if you're actually horny, milk would come out of your boobs. I just can't fucking express how goddamn infuriating. Awful angry. I don't know. I just, what? Seriously? Like he'd never been in reality or whatever, but dude, for F's sake, I'm a stunned silence. Like, guess it's true if you have nothing to say. I thought you weren't like the other women.
Serious workouts here.
But you're all the time. I thought you loved me, blah, blah, blah. But you won't express milk from your breasts while we're doing it.
How dare you insult me? Your teeth are bone dry. I thought you loved me.
It's like, what the heck?
It's like uncontrollable excretion of milk from the tits. That's the sign of love.
A lot of questions. Like, did you not take health class?
Do you not lactate for me?
Did you miss health class?
That's insane. There's a lot of crazy people out there. I'm on this I'm on this
Mr. Powers, and all of a sudden she shoots out into his cup of coffee, and then he's like, "Oh, she's got the blood nipples."
I'm on this subreddit.
How dare
It's
you?
like nice guys, and there are some just insane people because it's like it's not real nice guys. It's like nice guys.
People think that being called a nice guy qualifies you as anything other than a creep.
Well, no, it's people that like they
Little.
view themselves as nice guys. And they're like, I can't believe you don't want to sleep with me. I'm a nice guy. I opened the door for you, and you owe me sex because I'm such a nice guy. Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about. Like,
yeah.
You being a nice guy isn't a qualification for anything. It doesn't mean you have a personality. It doesn't mean you're attractive. It doesn't mean you have sex appeal at all. You probably have the sex appeal of a fucking pediatric cancer patient. You know?
I was gonna say snail.
Pediatric cancer patient.
Okay. Okay, let's go back. A snail. A snail.
That I can take that one. Yeah.
Right. But you get the gist of what I'm talking
That's a
about.
short.
I
That's
hear
a
you.
short.
That is a short for sure. Yeah.
Sit snail. Nope. No, that's not what you said. Get Maury Povich on here. Ryan, in fact, you did say
In fact, it's gonna cut off. It's gonna be. It's gonna.
Chris Hansen shows up at
gonna
our
be-
house.
I'm gonna pay for that. What is that like fan cameos or something. There's like an app you can have like famous people just say whatever you want them to say. I'm gonna pay for that for Maury Povich.
Nice.
Ryan, you did indeed say.
And Chris Hansen too. All right.
Okay, there we go.
Who's Chris Hansen?
He's the To Catch a Predator. Yeah, Catch a Predator guy.
Okay.
Yeah, that's big. Ryan, what you have to see? Now you said
I watch Cinnamon Toast Ken, and he like reacts to those Chris Hansen videos all the time, and he does it because every time he does it, they get demonetized because it's like it's like
super
child exploitation or something like that. But he does it because he's like, I want these creeps to be like people to know who they are.
Yeah.
So God
That's what the
forbid
registry is for. You can literally look them up on the internet.
you can, however, Chris Igumi's bio dad is supposed to be on the registry, and he is not. He never registered.
That's
That was
that's
a huge
infuriating.
thing when we
That's
were in Washington. Like the
infuriating.
DA got on top of his butt.
Mm.
Like when we sent him proof that he's not registered. Oh man, things really went crazy.
Well, it was the sheriff of the town that he lives in, because he started like accusing us of kidnapping.
The police chief, yeah.
Yeah, the police chief. And so the police chief called us and talked to us, and we're like, well, just so you know who you're dealing with, like we sent him all the like criminal records, the fact that we highlighted the part where it says he's supposed to be registered, and then we sent him the printout of the sex offender registry from Minnesota with his name in the search bar and no results. And he was like, interesting. So then he passed that on to the DA, and it's been a whole big thing.
So they fixed that.
I mean, hopefully. Obviously, we're not part of that. Like, once we gave him the information, we're not in the investigation anymore.
Fair enough.
So but he did back out of the custody battle. So
Well, it was kind of funny because one of the hearings, I think I was the one that went to it because Gitch was doing something, but the bio dad was just like all fighting like how he has rights, and because the previous hearing was when the commissioner let him like have visitation and stuff, and we were just like, what the hell? And so
unaccompanied visitation or unsupervised
supervised
visitation.
visitation, and so then the judge that was over everything, like she looked at, what had previously happened, and she was like, no, we're not going to make these people pay for the guardian ad litem. Like, you're going to have to pay too. And then, and she was like, but let me get this straight. So you have been convicted of child molestation, went to jail, and everything. So that's an absolute yes, that happened. And he was like, yes. And then she was like, and then you met some woman in the rehab class who's also on the predator list for life. And he's like, well, yeah. And she's like, but how are you thinking that you should be allowed to be around this child given your whole situation for any kind of time?
Yeah.
And then he was just like, well, I'm the dad. She's like, well, that doesn't really
That
matter.
doesn't fucking compute in any civilized society. Like, dude, you're lucky you're not on that registry. Like, you shouldn't be able to get housing or a job anymore. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Well, he
That's just
works.
my
He works for
personal-
himself because he can't get a job regularly. I'm
He
sure.
could.
Yeah,
Honestly,
he just does lawn care.
I don't have really enlightened views when it comes to child molesters. Frankly, they should be shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Well, wasn't he saying too? He was like, how much am I going to have to pay for this?
Yeah.
And the judge was like, nobody's asking you to pay for anything. We're just saying that you can't talk to your kid.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and
Imagine
if you
being told that by a fucking judge. Like,
Well,
that's your life. Like,
and
God bless America.
he had the right to try to like create a relationship if he did it through counseling. Like he'd have to go through counseling, and it would all be supervised through counseling. But he'd have to like work on it beforehand to understand like what, and he would have to pay out of pocket for that because it's like she's not covered.
Yeah.
She's not covered by his insurance, and it would be like his thing. And so then he was just like, no, I'm not going to pay out of pocket
What is
to
he after?
do whatever.
Barley's working hard to engage that hyperdrive. Like the Empire's on his tail.
Him and Pierre are both in his crate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like this, so we've been going through the adoption process and everything like that, and because of how adoptions are, and part of the adoption is termination of parental rights, and so obviously both the parents were entitled to legal counsel.
Yeah.
And so the legal counsel that tried to contact him never could get a hold of him. So they just were like, well, we're going to back out because we've tried to contact him several times and he's just never contacted us back. So,
Yeah.
So that was good.
Yeah, totally. That's cosmic. That's justice.
He found a green bean.
Nice. Yeah, it's magic.
And he had it in his mouth when I grabbed him because he put it on the ground.
How fucking random.
Like, why did you take that from me, Tad? I was eating that green bean. I guess green beans are okay.
He's just licking his chops like, that was tasty.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if there's more up there.
It's just been in his mouth.
Yeah.
Well, now Barley
That's in
ate it.
Barley's stomach.
Nice.
From Sniffle's mouth to Barley's stomach.
The circle of life.
All right. It's perfect time to drink more wine. That was heavy.
Oh my god, my mom is calling.
Oh, dear.
Oh, God.
She's probably asking if she can come on the show.
That'd be really funny if you were talking about that show. The Gloucesters were coming down here to fish the tuna. And then if Matt Damon and Ben Affleck had like uncredited roles, it's just like fishermen, like, yeah, we're gonna get the fucking tuna.
That's what it was like, though. There was one guy that he's like the tuna king from Boston.
Boat or an online dating program.
And they're like, yeah, tuna king. And they're like, all right. But all the guys that like regularly fish tuna in the Outer Banks know him. And so he's like, gets on the radio and he talks shit and he's like, fuck your mother. It's just like, what is going on? These are like tuna fishermen.
Dude
like,
named the
oh,
tuna
what are you?
king is
Like,
giving your mother the business.
What are you, some kind of tuna hero, you fucking idiot? And he's like, fuck your mother. It's like, Jesus, man, this is awesome.
This guy sounds like my hero.
But that we put it on the other day to like, because we were watching some show that we were both super interested in and we couldn't fall asleep because it was on. And I was like, we got to put something else on.
So then I found that.
Put the
I fell asleep right away.
tuna on, and I was just sitting there like, oh my god, it's like my two worlds colliding. It's great.
I just did something really random. You're wearing brown. I'm wearing brown, and Barley's brown.
Oh yeah.
And you guys are wearing blue. Matt's kind of got like a grayish blue shirt.
That's right.
It's got some blue to it though.
Intern is like, somebody's colorblind.
Colorblind.
The best part is that Christy May is the one that said that, and you smacked right in front of that.
Say that?
Colorblind?
Ow! I thought failed forever.
It was so loud too. That was so funny.
That was the best part. Like, dude, that sound bar jumped. Well, maybe you didn't act fucker. Maybe you didn't act stupid. I wouldn't have to do that to you.
Barley, come on, man.
Funny.
He's like, I'm trying to come over this way.
He's like, there's so much excitement going on.
He's protecting me from further domestic abuse.
Spousal abuse. Yes.
It's okay. That wasn't it.
He's got his little submissive tongue hanging out. He's like, I'm good, Barley. Oh my god.
Oh,
It was something we laughed about the other day that I can't remember, but it was hilarious. Like, you couldn't even catch your breath.
I love those.
Yeah, what was that?
Man, and Alzheimer's kicking in.
It was funny because I remember all I did was like, he said something and then I was just like, blah, 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 whatever. And then he like fell over.
Yeah. I can't remember it. It was something dark. I know that. It was like it was.
Don't come, dude.
Snappy. Oh, pets? Heck yeah.
Yeah, when I was at orientation the other day, somebody had said something, and then I just instantly replied some like snarky dark comment or whatever, and then afterwards I was like, I didn't mean to say that. And like a couple of the classmates around me were dying laughing. They were like, that was hilarious. I'm like, oh, thank God.
Yes.
Around some people that have a sense of humor.
For a second.
I think you're going to find that in the nursing field. Yeah.
Humor is a nurse, man.
I think in the nursing field, you're going to find a lot of people that have a similar sense of humor. Which is why it's a great career choice for you.
Crap, and you got to deal with a lot of
literal crap.
literal crap, crazy crap.
I knew the both of you were going to say that.
Yeah.
I was like, they're both winding up to say literal crap at the same time, so I'm just going to sit back and watch.
And like, you know, patients pulling out lines and running down hallways. That happened today. I didn't get to see it, but I heard about it. It sounded legendary.
Yeah, I worked at a event house after I left South Dakota. My mom married the Kenyan dude, and he had gotten put in jail for like false identification or whatever.
Whoops.
And so she was like, I really need your help, you know, getting an attorney and whatever to help him. I was like, oh my God. I don't know why I left my life to go help my mom with her deadbeat immigrant husband.
Because you knew you were going to meet me.
Then I did. And so then I was working as an EMT at the fire hall. And then at night, I was working at this vent house where everybody has like a tracheotomy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd be there to like help clean out the cannulas and reintubate them and stuff like that. Because as an EMT, I was certified to do that. So all I had to do was just take a simple test, and then I could do that in a house setting or, you know, professional setting. And so I was there to do all that kind of stuff. And it was like a mental health vent house. So these women would be like butt shit crazy, like, holy cow. Every time I walked into some lady's house, she thought I was like on a marathon in the bushes trying to get her. And I was like, what the hell?
I just want to appreciate the term butt shit crazy. I just want to get that out.
Dude.
I love that term.
You said butt shit. My brain's like, yeah, that shit. And it's like, wait, what? That's phenomenal. Wow, it's amazing. All you do is switch up like one letter, and it changes the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the super crazy one, Elaine, I'd walk in at night to do her cannula changes, and she'd all of a sudden pull her sheets up to her chin, and she'd be like, I'm not going to talk to you right now because they can hear me. And I'd be like, Elaine, it's okay. Who can hear you? She's like, they're right outside the patio door in the bushes.
Definitely the aliens.
And I was like, oh, geez. And she's like, don't let them get me. I'm like, well, you know, I was a cop, right? I'm basically trained to protect people. She's like, okay, you better stay in my room all night. It's like, oh my gosh. Next thing I know, I do the change. I go back out to chart. I'm like in the living room charting. And I see out of the corner of my eye something that's like from a horror movie. Just like disjointed old, super pale white woman. Like she's like gray white. And she's all like bones and everything. And she comes just like literally stilted into the room.
It's like a horror movie.
And her face was like right in my face. I was like, it's a freaking horror movie. I saw her come in the corner of my eye, but like I knew she was there, but all of a sudden she was like right there. I was like, oh my God. Freaked the crap out of me. And like they allowed the workers in that home to like, you know, sleep at night if you've done all your stuff, just be available. Like one person has to be like, there'd be 3 people on duty and one person or 2 people could sleep, the other person be awake. But like if they're like watching TV or playing, you know, on the internet or something, like a lot of times those nurses didn't even pay attention, like what's going on. And that was what happened. Like I was just sitting there charting. Everybody else was like involved in something. It was like just after 11:30 and freaking Ghost Elaine came creeping up into my space.
Fucking Elaine.
That's crazy. I just want to address something that you said here, intern. Are you implying Are you?
I think I know where you're going with this.
Are you?
Wait. I think I know where you're going.
Are
with
you
this.
implying that the one of the reasons or the purposes of the Second Amendment is to protect yourself against crazy old people?
What?
Okay, that's not where I thought we were going with this.
I don't know what.
In
What
the middle of your story, he just went, "That's why we can't repeal the Second Amendment."
If you see something, I'd like to address the accusation by Mr. Gitch.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I just wanted to be clear.
I knew that guy was fucking crazy.
Yeah, I need to have like a notebook so I can write down like timestamps.
Let's make this super divisive. Yeah, repeal the Second Amendment.
I'm
Midterms are coming. Vote blue. Vote red.
Midterms have passed. Have you been in the country? Like,
no.
Voting is on Tuesday.
Yeah, voting day for us is Tuesday, I guess. So
Country.
they're well on that. A lot of people have already voted. But nope. Pierre wants to go out. He's like, people are going outside. Oh, here you got to step around. You got to turn the light on for him. There you go.
He was gonna go do it himself.
Yeah, it was.
I'm going the other direction now.
Pierre's like, that's a crazy voice. I'm out of here.
Lulu, you look so funny.
Where is she?
On
She's
top of
on
the
the
box.
box.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta put that together. I thought you were
I
gonna
do have to put it together. Was I going to do it last night?
Mm-hmm.
Peace.
Yeah, because garbage day was today.
Oh, yeah. Guess I'll wait till next Wednesday. I'll do it on Sunday. After I write my paper.
And help me with some homework.
And help you with some homework, yeah. Yeah, I got to write an 8-page paper on Sunday. And help Chrissy May with some homework, apparently.
I'm very delayed.
I have to help you with your homework in such a way that you actually learn the material because the test is proctored. So I'm not going to be able to take the test for you.
I don't have a wig for you.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I could just wear a wig and you like put makeup on me and I just sit there and go, I'm Chrissy May. And just do the homework for you. But I also have my own classes to take. But if you sit by me and I can try to explain how to do stuff while I'm doing it. Although for your proctored test, you probably can't use Mathway. So I'll have to actually like explain how to do I only use Mathway because it's quick. I don't have to actually do the work myself, but I do know how to do the work myself.
It's just easier to have something.
It's just easier to type it into Mathway and be like, okay, that's the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't have to like spend 25 minutes going through the process. I will fully admit though that I rely entirely on Quizlet for your statistics class because statistics just ugh, yeah.
It's awful.
I got a D in statistics when I took it. So
I hope at least that for your statistics class they're having you do it on like I can't remember the name of the platform we did ours when it's a statistic analysis thing.
It's like through Pearson. It's like a MyLab. It's like a
Anytab, that's what it was called.
no.
We did it in
no, it's my stats lab.
Is it like a plug and play or do you really have to know the formulas?
It's a plug and play for the formulas, but you have to know like the concepts.
Yeah.
Because the quizzes are all multiple choice, like real English questions. They're not like statistics.
That's how mine.
Yeah, it's.
But like, the program we went.
When it comes to math,
formulas,
fucking hate statistics. I hated statistics when I took it in 2002.
That class made me cry.
And I hate statistics now.
That class was the worst.
I really understand the value of statistics, but oh my god, the class.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to trying to catch up.
It's a big old no, fam. Big old nah.
I mean, you've already been accepted to the program, so you just really got to get a C.
Yeah. Yeah, if I could get that, I'd be happy. Ugh. I can't stand that
You want
sound.
the rest of this?
Oh man, I think I'm good.
You sure?
Tell you what, just set it on the table and give me like 2 minutes. 5 minutes, seriously. It only takes 6 minutes.
7 minutes.
7 minutes. That's what I said, 8 minutes.
What kind of red wine is that?
Said 10 minutes.
It's
Malbec,
it's Biondo.
Mendoza, and Plus.
Can I have just like a little sip of yours? I just wanted to be curious.
It's
to see what
good.
it tastes like.
No, it is good.
It's a really good one.
Brain's typing me.
Uh-oh. Yeah, hopefully he's not watching the show. I got a good...
Bailando? Wasn't that like a song by Ricky Martin?
I don't know if it was Ricky Martin, but it is a song. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I got a good friend of mine from high school that is having his 40th birthday party tomorrow in Wilmington. So I have a
Sweet.
bit of a drive ahead of me for tomorrow.
Sweet. That means fuck off.
Means chill out, Barley.
Chill, buddy. Let's relax.
He's a bit of a crazy man.
I gotta be careful not to kick Pierre because he's like right by my
Yeah.
Braden is going to Rapid City so him and his friends can drink for his birthday.
Oh, hell yeah. What is he, like 23 now?
21.
21. Oh,
Motherfucker. Yeah.
that's a fun birthday.
Yeah, it is.
I got
Man, I got
I went to a bar in Wisconsin and got trashed and then like threw up between two vehicles the next morning
nice,
in the Perkins parking lot.
dude.
And it was a Sunday, so it's like all the church people were going to Perkins. And here I am like
Mommy, what's happening? Just keep walking. You need Jesus. Man, my 21st birthday was crazy. I went to Chili's with my mom. She got me a margarita. 5 months later, I was getting ready to go to Iraq, and I was blacked out drunk any night we weren't training. So I was like, oh, shit. It's like, yeah, you're the only one who's 21. I was like, let's abuse that. You young Marines drinking? Like, no. Like, what are you, Mr. Peoples? Like, I'm 21. Like, oh, well, yeah, fuck.
that's what it was like. So when I went to school in Boston, I was 21. And my personality has not changed. Even though I was like
So you've always been pleasant.
a crunchy music like
Is that the word?
music
Crunchy?
major and stuff like that. I'd have like
Keeping
these
that.
I've had like these 18-year-olds like come up to my door like, and I played guitar so I could practice in my room because it wasn't loud. So I'd be just sitting in my room practicing, and I'd have like knock on the door, and I'd open the door, it'd be some 18-year-old from like the floor below and be like, we know you're 21, can you like go get us beer? And I'd like I'd just stare at him and shut the door. I wouldn't even say anything. And then bing, 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 like the guitar would start playing, and they'd just be standing out in the hallway like, well, that didn't go how we wanted it to go yet.
Didn't go the way you thought it was going to go, didn't
Yeah.
you? That's amazing. Crunchy, I'm keeping that.
So, creepy mom alert for my poor son. He's like, I asked him, I was like, are you going to Deadwood or just Rapid City? He was like, oh, I'll go to Deadwood another night. I was like, okay. Like last time I went to Deadwood, I was so shit-faced. Your dad and his friend Eric had to like drag me into the house. And then 5 weeks later, I was taking pregnancy tests.
Damn.
So he's probably like, what did you even tell me?
It's like, that's the night you were conceived, son.
Whoops. Well, yeah, wow, I was blacked out.
So funny. Let's see what he says about that. Poor Brady.
Part of me really dreads the day that Chrissy Gumi turns 21, but part of me's kind of excited because, for one, hopefully she'll be like moved out, and not living in the house, and for two, it was kind of fun going to the bar with my parents after I turned 21, and like, yeah, like I went out with my parents. Like, well, for one, my parents were raging alcoholics when I was a teenager, so
you took advantage of that.
By that time, my dad had like stopped drinking. Like, he didn't drink as much. But when I was 21, they were like, "Well, we're gonna go out and drink with our son," and so we went to. It was Outback. We went to Outback and we got like the peach daiquiri or whatever that they had there, and yeah, I mean, it was a good time.
That's awesome.
It was a good time.
I think you should have at least one, like, pleasant drinking experience with your parents.
Well, yeah, I think once you're an adult and like the relationship dynamic changes, I think that's like a milestone.
It's like a rite of passage.
It's like a milestone.
I actually had that with my dad. I was still in the reserves, but I was probably like I don't even think I was a few years away from meeting you. We were hanging rain gutter. Like, that was my dad's thing. Like, we got all the business equipment and all that stuff, and that's what we did during the housing boom in San Diego. My dad would hang rain gutters, and I mean, made a killing doing it. And this one day, we were like hanging rain gutters. Like, dude, we like did millionaires' houses like a lot. And we were in, I think it was Del Mar, actually. We were doing a house in Del Mar Beach, near the Del Mar racetrack, actually. And like, we were wrapping up. I think it was like the third day, and my dad pulled out. And this is why I love Carl Strauss. Carl Strauss is a local brewery in San Diego. Hell, if Steven's still paying attention, he could probably go to a Carl Strauss brewery in LA and get a Carl Strauss. So it's a big regional beer down in Southern California. I don't think I'd ever actually enjoyed beer in my life ever. Until, like, we were done working, like, it was like a long day. It's like, hey man, it's like, hey, Rye Guy. That was my dad's nickname for me. I don't know why I just admitted that to the internet. But it was like their flagship, like, amber lager. It's like, hey, Rye Guy, why don't you have a beer? I was like, sure, why not? It's the end of the day. I was like, like, I was so hot, I was so tired. I was like, I didn't care. I was like, I just thought it was cool. I was like, oh yeah, Dad, fuck it. I'm like, dude, we've been doing fucking man work all day. Let's fucking drink beer. And I drank it. It was so good. And that's when I was like, beer is awesome. That was the day. That was the moment when I discovered that beer was amazing.
It took me until we really went to SeaWorld to appreciate beer.
I was there for that one.
So I know that sounds super weird.
But like, you have that. You have that moment where you discover certain alcohols.
You were so excited about that.
I was there. It was great.
Because I hated beer up until then. And like, we had like season passes to go to SeaWorld because we lived in San Diego. And they had this like free thing for members where you could go to the Busch Gardens.
So Anheuser-Busch was like the main sponsor.
Okay, yeah.
Free. Well, one day we just got a hair up our ass to go to it. And I was like, I don't know. I hate beer, but I'll give it a try. And we went and like they paired the beers with like cheese
and chocolate.
And like that's when I fell in love with beer.
Really good. Yeah, man. Just gotta have the right one. I feel like you're winding up for a story, and I'm dying to hear it.
I was trying to determine if I was just going to spin myself out of this atmosphere or what was happening. I'm so buzzed right now.
Krista, the planet, debating whether or not she's going to spin out of the atmosphere.
Deciding if I'm going to leave you with things behind.
Like crashes through the ceiling. Like, oh my god!
Mr. Gidge, what happened here? He's like, he's stinking drunk for it. It just literally flew away, man.
No, Your Honor. You don't understand. Like, she just fucking flew through the ceiling.
Okay, Mr. Gidge, I need you to back up for the microphone, please.
Yeah, I don't
really
know.
should let your attorney.
So hard, it's crazy. I mean, I've had like a quarter of what you gave me.
Yeah, I mean,
And I'm just like,
we haven't drank in quite a while, so.
That's awesome. Where's Steve at?
There's Steve.
He's driving in LA.
He's probably driving home,
Right?
yeah.
He's probably trying to get home through LA traffic. He's missing it.
He's like, oh my God, the show's on. He's like, man, like swerving.
I don't know, some guy in a van screaming "Gitch" at the top of the lungs.
he had to get a new van because he
7 o'clock news.
Being chased by the LAPD.
had to go through like drug testing and all that stuff.
Wow.
For his,
But-
oh, yeah, for his job.
Yeah, well, yeah, because he wrecked the van.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Piss and bleed, yeah.
He got lucky.
Damn, dude. It's like he still has a
Doesn't he
job.
partake?
Oh yeah, I think so.
God, I wish I partook. That'd be awesome.
Someday.
But I
Someday.
think, like in California, what are they going to do when it's legal? Like it has to be a policy for the business.
It would be in your job, but yeah.
I mean, it can be legal, but your job can still retain the right to tell you.
Well, just
you
like
can't use it.
it's not federally legal, so.
Yeah.
Until Joe Biden says, you know what, what I thought I'd do is grow some plants in the rose garden, and then instead I'm just gonna sign this, and then weed's legal federally.
Thought he grew some mint instead of he thought.
Well, Mr. President, your mint's coming in beautifully, and we're at war with the North Koreans and the Iranians. That's wonderful.
Dude,
Cilantro.
North Korea's been going crazy lately.
Yeah, that's the word on the freaking street. They're
I
just
don't.
they're lobbing everything.
Dude, it is the you want to talk about a fucking powder keg?
The whole
Like, yeah,
we're
there's
just at Fort Bragg. We're just like
a powder keg. Yeah, no, yeah, we're here.
we're just at Fort Bragg. We're just like we're at the office. We're not at war yet.
Yeah.
Right? Because, it's the 82nd way to just like involve themselves.
Right. Oh, dude, they've got.
Well, it's because as I forget who was saying it, but you got to go through the airborne indoctrination course or induction course, as they call
Was that a thing we were supposed to do?
it, for in processing. Yeah,
Whoops.
and it's literally indoctrination. Oh, it was my coworker. Well, we'll just call him John because that's his name.
I got
He was talking about how like you go to the museum and you watch this video, and the video is basically like, well, we've never been fully involved in any major conflict. However, we have had like a platoon over here in this conflict, and we had a task force over here in this conflict. So it's pretty cool, right?
first.
It's like the worst,
Really at all.
the worst military history, and then they go ahead and call themselves the center of the military universe. And it's like the first thing I thought of when they said that, me,
Yeah, I think.
second law of thermodynamics. So the first thing they said, the first thing I thought of,
we were getting to this part of the show.
the first thing I thought of when they said that, we're the center of the military universe, I was like, there's a supermassive black hole at the center of the universe.
Wish you were somewhere in the center of that crowd during induction. It doesn't matter, right? Entropy will eventually envelop the entire known universe, and all known universes in the multiverse. Like, imagine the general trying to be like, listen here, you little shit.
Nothing matters because everything's going to even out and we'll all be dust in an infinite void.
You should have. We were all waiting this morning. You should have said that when you walked in. It's like, hey, Mayday. It's like, none of this matters, right?
The second law of thermodynamics dictates that the heat death of the universe is
Just
imminent.
for the self-amusement factor, I'd have acted
I think-
exasperated. Like, God damn
Honestly,
it,
I think my
bitch.
response was appropriate, though, yeah.
No, your response was perfect
Could've
because
been
we all
better.
laughed.
Everybody clapped, and I said, well, thank you all for coming.
She looked slightly annoyed. It's like, okay, this is my thing.
She was
Like,
laughing.
It's your thing.
She was laughing.
No, she was. She was. But still, the fact that you implied that it was actually your thing was highly amusing.
I mean, you all gave it to me. It was like a softball toss.
Of course. That's why. That's why. That's part of it is like we can clap and you can, you can be like, or you can run with it like you.
As previously stated, I was in a comedy improv troupe.
That's right, and you reacted beautifully. Improv.
Yes, and.
Boats and hoes. Boats and
I want to be in the. I want to be in the boardroom that is Chrissy May's head. Oh, I got one. Get the hose. Hose. You see the reaction?
That was perfect.
That was glorious.
I don't remember what you said, but it just reminded me of that, like improv or something like such and such improv, and I was like boats and hoes.
Hey, doing it.
Prestige worldwide.
Boats and hoes. I think it was the Prestige. Reminded me of what you had said. I thought that was really what was said instead of Prestige.
God. Fucking dude. Remember fucking Thailand?
Yeah.
We're like flying around in Thailand and Big Ben is just like we're in the middle of like a time on target thing. Like we are proving ourselves to our international partners. Fucking big old Ben gets on the radio. Hey guys. We're like, yeah? You'll be really fucking sweet tonight? What? We watch Step Brothers. Dude, everyone's like, yeah! And that is exactly what we did. Look at him. Aww, who's a good kid?
He's gonna use your
He's
leg to
about to
pull
jump
himself
up.
up.
You better pick him up because otherwise he's gonna.
You can put.
Yep, dude, what he's doing.
Yeah. He acts very nicely until you don't respond, and then he's just like, all right, I'm coming.
Like, do what I want, or I'll hurt you. Hey, dude, that's a good way to get anything you want. Oh, he's coming to fulfill the prophecy. He's coming to fulfill the prophecy. On the table. Like he's gonna sneeze. Do it.
He's got the
Sneeze.
funniest face.
Sneeze all over my drink, please.
He's like, is anybody gonna stop me?
Oh.
Oh, he almost fell. He's the least cat that we've ever had. He pulled an entire carafe of coffee over on himself.
Oh my god, was it like coffee grounds or?
No.
It was a freshly brewed pot of coffee.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not funny. Poor thing. Was he all right? Was she
Well,
all
he
right?
was, but he did it to himself. I mean, it's
He's a cat.
yeah.
I mean, can he really do it to himself?
You
He
wouldn't
did.
think
He
so.
grabbed the carafe and then fell off the side of the counter.
Yeah. Like cats and dogs.
He loves it.
You want to see it turn into melted?
Barley was gonna go into the garbage.
Barley has learned how to dumpster dive.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he like puts his nose up to the little thing and then it turns up and then he like looks around in there.
Buddy, you dumpster diving. That's gross.
He's like, oh, I love it. Super love it.
Dog, I'm gross already. To quote the great Samuel L. Jackson, dogs are dirty motherfuckers.
Pierre didn't like that. He's like, no, we're not.
Dogs are dirty, bro.
I'm not a dirty motherfucker.
Fuck Samuel L. Jackson. We love him.
Are you giving this to me? Is that what that was?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Going.
So
He's far enough out. He's currently in space.
I know.
Spinning out of the universe.
Spinning out. I'm in orbit.
In a land far, far away. Or dimension.
Long ago.
Long ago.
Long ago.
The galaxy far.
Galaxy far, far away. It was Chrissy May.
Words that rhyme.
Was it the rebellion was confused by the sudden appearance of Chrissy May? You have to help me. I'm far from home. What happened? I don't know. I was sitting in my dining room
Doing a podcast.
and all of a sudden I'm here. What is a podcast? Don't ask questions. Listen, I just need you Jedis. Do your fucking wizard magic and get me back home.
You Meanwhile, Admiral Akbar is watching. It's a trap.
It's a trap.
Man, this show is everything.
People say that about redheads.
What?
It's a trap.
I was wondering where that was going.
Wait for it.
Okay, I mean,
I feel like I have some sort of respiratory issue that I don't want to tell the army about.
Yep, that's right. Keep all your health concerns to yourself.
Well, especially the ones that'll disqualify you from flight pay.
Yeah.
I really can't afford to lose $700 a month.
Yeah, especially when it's close to being $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
That's considerable. Holy shit. I mean, see, that's the shitty part about it is right at the time we're going to want to be getting out. Yeah, actually, the year we want to get out is when it goes from 700 to 1,000.
Yeah. The nice thing is once you get your gates, once you have 8 years of line duty, it doesn't matter if you're flying. Well, you're an IP, so you're always going to fly. But
Yeah.
I can go work at a desk and do research for the rest of my Army career and still get flight pay.
That's awesome. That is something. Yep, nope. I made a promise. I have to stay in this MOS. I cannot do anything else. Which is fine.
Well, yeah, I got to stay in the MOS. You got to stay in the MOS to get flight pay.
I mean, I specifically have to stay in my subset. Like I have to be a Mike Charlie. Like I can't go.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
I
can be a Mike India and go not fly.
That's awesome. If that's
Yeah. I mean, it's different strokes for different folks.
Dude, I get it. I get why some people are like, well, this was fun, but I'm just gonna do the desk thing until I do something else that I want to do. I'm all about doing what you want to do. I want to be like my instrument IP back at Rucker. That dude was 76, should have been retired. Like, I think I'll keep on flying.
I was like, I feel it's so moving.
put that on the thing.
Where was that outside? Never to be seen again.
Sorry.
Wow. 2 bottles of wine. I'm feeling
Great.
like I've drank 2 bottles of wine.
I'm just, now that I work, I'm like so trained to get up early and go to bed early. So
Yeah.
the later it is, I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, I've been working for 15 years and I've trained myself to just wake up whenever the fuck I want to and go into work whenever the fuck I want to. And nobody ever says anything. So it's kind of great.
It is kind of great. Yeah, my circadian rhythm's fucked.
Really
So, some days I go to bed at night and wake up in the morning. Then I violently shift that pattern and stay up all fucking night.
Yeah.
And my heart's like, what's happening? And then the brain's like, I don't know, dude. Just pump until you can't anymore. And the heart's like, you got it. And then you're up all night. And you go to bed at 3. And some days you wake up at 10. Some days you have to wake up at 8. And then the heart's like, oh, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
What do we? And the brain's like, don't ask questions. Just pump faster. And the heart's like, you got it.
My biggest issue right now is I'm at an age where like the like switch out between days and nights is just like really
It's really taxing.
taxing them. And like even the like our duty cycle that we have, I'm pretty much useless to the family for 2 full days whenever I'm on duty.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of it.
Oh, dude. Yeah, no. It's brutal.
And like Chrissy May and I were like going over it the other day. Well, I say the other day, it was like a month ago. But like because I am ultimately a salty old soldier. I've been in the military for
That's
15
been
years.
established. Continue.
But I'm not generally like bitter all the fucking time.
I'm sorry,
Like-
stop. What?
There's certain events that make me bitter, but I'm not usually in general. I'm like, all right, I'm in the military. I'm doing this thing. We're gonna do it. No big deal. Let's get it done. But lately, I've just been like, I'm so fucking done with this. I'm done. Like, I fucking fuck the mission. Fuck everything. I'm fucking done. And I realized I've been at this particular place for almost 4 years. I've missed out on on average 8 days a month, plus a deployment, plus future events that are coming up.
So what you're saying, I want to go through some basic.
You're just worn out.
So you've been this way for 4 years. You're at 15 years. So what you're saying is, if I'm at 10 years right now, which I am, next year, I become you?
Only if you want to.
My God.
That's why I said you've been training for this your whole life. When you were given the opportunity to cuss out.
I seriously was on...
The fisherman.
Dude, I was having a serious... Like, it was word vomit. It was coming up like word vomit. I'm like, I'm going to ruin this whole...
I wish you would have.
Dude.
That's why I shouted, you've been training for this your whole life. I wanted you to hear me.
You know what's funny is apparently I've been told that a bunch of other people wanted me to also, including the boss. She's like, ooh, this is going to get
It's interesting that she thought that she wanted you to say something.
I was like, no, but I honestly,
She just wants to use it against him.
I mean,
honestly, probably. Well, I didn't give in. I thought better of it. I really wanted to. I was this
I know you were.
close. But I was like...
I could sense it. And I was over there like Emperor Palpatine, like, yes, Lord.
Give in. I wanted to so bad, but some small voice of reason was like, dude, if you start, this class is going to be ruined, and it's probably going to get to a place where I don't even want it to be. You know what I mean? Like to a place where I would regret. I was like,
Why? What would happen, you think?
Well, it would have been real.
It would have been real. Like, he thought he was kidding. Like, he asked me if I had a problem with him. I was like, I do. Like, a real problem. Like, he knows. He knows. That's why he zeroed in on me. He's like, yeah, you got a problem? It's like, motherfucker. I want to find, like...
So, like, the premise of the class was we were talking about aggressive communication, passive communication, and assertive communication. Mm-hmm. And the idea was that he was asking people to, like, role play and be like, all right, I want you to talk to me in an aggressive communication way, like as if you have a problem with me. And he zeroed in on intern Ryan, who actually has a legitimate problem with him.
And this guy knows it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And was like, so I want you to talk to me and I want you to like come at me like with an aggressive communication style. But intern was like, well, I'm in a room full of the company. It's not really the appropriate time to like do this. But at the same time, he was like, God damn it, I really want to do this.
So, yeah. He's like, oh, well, it sounds like you have a real problem. He's like, oh, really? Sherlock, what was your first clue? So, yeah, I don't care for that guy. I really don't.
I don't have any issues with him. The only thing whatever. I don't care enough about him to let it bother me.
I mean, I didn't until today. Honestly, I was content to let him do his thing. Like, we live in separate worlds.
Yeah.
And the only time we have to interact is when he decides to come to my office. Like, what do you want? Like, hey, I need this. I'm like, great. And people in hell want ice water. Like, like, I'm tired of bending my entire life around what makes your life freaking easier. Like, I'm not your secretary. Like, I'm not here for you. Like, I'm here for the rated crew members to get their shit done, mostly. Like, believe it or not, we're not here to lighten your workload. We're here to train.
My purpose in life is to increase his workload.
I'm sorry, what?
Workload. What happened?
It was National Redhead Day.
Wow.
James Creek Cideries posted it. Said, did you know that Saturday is National Redhead Day?
Are they celebrating?
They are. James Creek has its fair share of gingers behind the bar, so to celebrate
tomorrow,
decided to offer $1 off the Beehive Ginger all day. Grab a ginger cookie, some hot cider, and a couple of bottles to go.
They'll probably give you a deal because you're a ginger.
Yeah.
You should do that.
And you know what? If they don't give you a discount, like, post and ruin their whole thing.
Yeah, there you go. Actually, last time we went there, we told them about this show, and they were like super excited about it.
Do your show here. How many viewers you have?
I've had a dream.
Many.
I've I've had a dream of like having the show be in conjunction with a brewery, and
It would be incredible.
And just like, if we win the lottery, it's probably what's gonna happen. We're gonna start brewing our own stuff, and then have a brewery, and then the show will have like a studio off to the side of the brewery, and then like we'll do the show at the brewery.
Such beautiful dreams.
It would be, that's
quite the. Why not? You got to have them.
yeah. I mean,
You got to put that shit out there.
I bought some tickets for the Powerball, so we'll see.
You'll be calling a lawyer. Just shoot me a text.
I'll text you. I'll be like, listen, man, don't
Call
talk
a
to me.
lawyer.
Talk to my
Call a
lawyer.
Oh shit!
And then you're gonna be like, Miss Jim, get a sandwich.
I'm getting a sandwich. That's the deal. We have a verbal contract. Some people have verbal contracts to split winnings. Our verbal contract is he's going to buy me a sandwich.
Be like, "Wait, sandwich from Sue's Subs.
What's that code for? Like $100,000? No, it's code for a bulgogi sandwich. Wait, what? No, you don't understand. The sandwiches,
These sandwiches
incredible.
are fucking delicious.
They're fucking incredible.
I tell you what, if we win the lottery, I will say that like at least once a week, I'll take you out for a bulgogi sub.
Holy fuck, I'm getting
Sandwiches where we live. We'll go to Swiss Subs and get a bulgogi sub because those things are goddamn delicious.
So good.
Holy shit! If you, I don't know if you know what bulgogi is, but it's like a Korean barbecue sauce essentially.
Yeah.
And then there's this restaurant here in North Carolina in the Fayetteville area that makes a sub sandwich with bulgogi beef on it, and oh my god, it's
That
like
restaurant slays.
so like I've gone, like I tried. I went there because they have like spicy pork and spicy chicken and like a bunch of other subs. And the first couple times I went there, I got the spicy pork, and it was goddamn delicious. But then one day I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try something different. Let's get the bulgogi sub, and man, like that sub is.
Oh,
It's so good.
Yeah.
And so I went there one time and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back to the spicy pork and see how it goes. And I got the spicy pork sub and it wasn't as good as the bulgogi.
you know what's funny is you took me there. And you're like, dude, get the spicy pork. And I was like, okay, I haven't had anything here, so you've spared me from having to read the entire menu and make a really hard decision and possibly waste my money. It's like,
This was at the Vietnamese restaurant?
No, it's called Sue's Subs. I should bring you guys there someday. It's really good.
it
You're
actually,
living a different life. You're going out to these sub places.
It's just a sandwich shop that's
it's close to work.
it's close to work.
gotta-
It takes like 5 minutes to get there from work, so
But I got the spicy pork, and I was like, and it was good.
it's a good
It
good
is.
sandwich, yeah.
But then I saw the bulgogi sub, and I'm like I was instantly thinking of the rim, the rim,
The
job.
rim job, yeah.
The rim job back at fucking So there was this side story. So there's
Pacific rim job.
the Pacific Rim job. No, there was this restaurant. Right.
Yeah.
Yes. So there
It's
was
at Yakima.
Yeah, there's this restaurant in Yakima. Like when we would fly over the Cascades to go do training out in Yakima, like we would be at this little rinky-dink, Army heliport, and the only place to get like some grub that was really, really close was this restaurant that all of us would mob over to, called the Pacific Rim. Well, being the mature adults we are, we'd call it the Rim Job. Like, hey, we're going to the Rim Job? Yep, let's go to the Rim Job. And their specialty was bulgogi, and it was really freaking
It was amazing.
really good. So that's how I knew when I saw it at Sue's. I was like, I wonder if it's like the old Rim Job.
And I hadn't
My God.
I hadn't seen that sub. I hadn't seen the bulgogi sub because when I went there, the guy that brought me there was like, you got to get the spicy pork or the spicy chicken. And so that's all I keyed in on was spicy pork, spicy chicken.
On a side note, this would be really fucking cool.
Oh my holy Jesus.
We're all excluded.
No, hold on. No. Babe, just turn the screen. Dude. Shut up and take my money.
Those guys playing King of the Hill.
Wow.
Dude.
Would that not
Yeah.
Bro.
fucking slay?
That would slay.
So, King of the Hill, if these actors played each of those characters
Live
in live
action.
action King of the Hill.
That'd be funny.
That would.
That'd be incredible.
Needs to be included in that though.
Dude. And MPH is Dale?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I think Paul would be a better Dale.
Would be. Oh my god.
oh, man.
Anyway, Bulgogi.
Oh, so good. Everyone's making promises right now. The Big Mac was like,
We'll. I mean, I'll make it a con. I'll have my lawyer call you. We'll do a weekly Bulgogi sub.
I'm here, dude. I'm super excited. I'm gonna hold
I
to it.
told my work if I won the lottery that I'd buy a Bod Pod for us.
All right, well, Matt's offered me 52 Bulgogi subs, so we have to think of something to.
I'm not offering you 52 Bulgogi subs. I'm offering you a lifetime of Bulgogi subs.
I know, but I'm saying in a year. I'm saying like, dude, like first of all, yes, a lifetime of Bulgogi subs. I'm
saying,
not even.
you are. I will charter a plane to get you
It's gonna get really
2 subs.
That is
What's
awesome.
a Bulgogi sub?
Like you're talking to me through the phone. Hey man, I can't be there, but you know where I am right now. I know where you're at. You're at 2 subs. So the plane, I'm just waiting to get there. Like the plane could take us anywhere, but it's taking us back here to Fayetteville
to Fayetteville International.
to go to Sue's subs. Like
Going back to Vietnam.
right? Like, dude, this G8 could go anywhere on
And then
Earth.
we'll finish the sub and be like, man, that was a good sandwich. He'll be like, yeah, you're on your own to get back.
Yeah.
But
So I'm like on the bus, just like, I can't wait till next week. That same plane's gonna come pick me up. We're gonna do the whole thing again. And then people be like,
I gotta go.
you can go anywhere.
I'll
Okay.
just be like hanging out listening to you guys.
okay.
I feel like I can't even like focus anymore. Maybe I should agree.
Maybe.
Whoops. Definitely check that vitamin water.
Yeah, right?
Rehydrate.
Hey, here, what are you doing?
Big Mac knows I'm trying to get my like fixed wing certs. So he's like,
Yeah.
yeah. So he's like, because he's got to take it serious. He's like, I'll tell you what, man. If I win, I ain't kidding. I'll just get them for you. So I'm like, okay, like you're offering me lifetime subs. Big Mac's offering me all my fixed wing certs. So I gotta find a way to reciprocate. It's the only the right thing to do. I'll tell you what, I will buy the most slamming ass. Okay, first of all, actually, I'll make 2 promises because by the power of community property laws, half of that fortune would be mine, even though her luck is going to win it. I've already told her the 3 things I actually want if I win the lottery. I want my family taken care of because, like, who doesn't?
Yeah.
You know, like, in hell, you've shown me, like, you would take care of your family.
Oh, yeah. I have a spreadsheet. Yeah.
That spreadsheet actually, I need to get to work on my own spreadsheet, but I would have a team of lawyers or financial guys help me come up with a spreadsheet to responsibly help my family.
Yeah.
After that, I don't care. I have the job, like the profession, like that's.
And I've said, too, even if I win the lottery, I'm still going to retire. I'm still going to get to retirement in the Army.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna give the Army more money
Right.
to like buy out my contract. I will be a shitty soldier. I'll tell you this
That's the
now.
part where they're going to kick you out. See,
Yeah.
you're already overplaying your hand.
They're not going to kick me out because all I got to do is get to the point where I'm past my ADSO,
Right.
and then I can be like, UQR, I'm going to get out
Yeah.
legitimately.
Right.
You don't have to kick me out. I know I've been a shitty guy for the last like 6 months or whatever since I won the lottery. I'm just going to get out, and it's not going to be a big deal.
That's what I told you 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
I'm not going to have to pay anything.
That's true. Actually, yeah, that's right. Because the idea is like, oh, well, you can go ahead and get out if you pay a fee,
Right.
but you can just go ahead and get yourself discharged, and it wouldn't hurt you because you have more money than fucking God.
Well, and it wouldn't even be a discharge. It would be an honorable discharge. It would be just a normal.
Worst case, it'd be a general discharge under honorable circumstances.
It wouldn't even be that, because all I would have to do is wait for my education ADSO to complete, and then I could just get out normally. That's all I would do. I would just stop going to school. I'd be like, okay, well, I won the lottery, so I can finish my master's degree later after I'm out of the Army, when I have all the time in the world to do it, and I don't have to like stress out about balancing work, life, education, you know, like all that shit. I can just be like, okay, I'm going to wait till I get out of the Army, and then I'll just focus on my master's degree and my family. I won't have to worry about anything. I'll do this show once a week, you know, or maybe we'll bump it up to twice a week, because what the fuck? Why the fuck not?
Why not?
You know?
You can do it every day. But
then I can just focus on getting my master's degree, doing that, and then when I have my master's degree, just be like, you know what? I do research for the government, but I'll do it.
We're
freelance.
going down a lot of rabbit holes.
I'll do it freelance. You know, I don't need to be hired for that. But then part of me wants to like stick on till retirement, just so that I have the little extra money coming in every month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I have like the spreadsheet that I have set up is like I wouldn't need that. I'd be getting like the interest payments that I would get monthly based off the current jackpot would be like $250,000 a month.
That's considerable.
So I'd just be like, I don't even need to retire from the Army. I just like, I won the lottery.
You wouldn't even notice it. Like the retirement you get every month, be like, great.
It'd be pennies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be like, okay, well, whatever.
Like it would literally be pennies.
Like I'd give that to my kid for like a weekly allowance,
which she would easily find a way to blow.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That's not enough.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? This is enough for most adults.
Yeah.
Seriously. This is weekly. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I can tell you.
When we're talking about like, because the cash value of the current jackpot is like $780,000 or $80 million.
And we already talked about it, depending on which state you claim. Like we claim Washington because we're like, why pay state taxes when you don't have to? Like if you won this Powerball in New York City,
but even if you had to pay those taxes,
New York State and New York City,
even if you had to pay those taxes, though, it's like it's an
unbelievable
amount of money.
It's more money than you could actually spend in one or two lifetimes.
Like the spreadsheet that I have, so it's got like I have Chrissy May and I both would get a personal account of $50 million with a minimum of 5% annual return, which is pretty reasonable. Like we'd probably actually get more than that. Like we'd talk to the bank and be like, we're giving you 50 million. We're giving you a total of $100 million. Kind of work with us here.
Yeah.
You know? And then
better hope that bank doesn't go under.
And then our family would get 20% of the after-tax amount, which each family member that we've determined would get like $26 million. And we put that in a trust so that they would only get the interest payments. And then they'd be fine. They'd be taken care of for the rest of their lives. Like our whole like family would be taken care of. And then I'd put aside 10% of the amount less personal accounts, family accounts, and we'd put $1 million into the Gitchagumi Media.
So that's the part I wanted to get to. Since you offered me a sandwich every week for life, if we win, the money I was going to use on a plane, I'll pour into Gitch Media, but on the condition that I'm intern for life.
Yeah, of course. That's the other thing.
The show too. Duh.
It's like because part of that $1 million would be like getting you guys to wherever we end up to do the show.
Fuck yes.
At least as often as you want to do it. Like not necessarily every week, because that's, you know, obviously you guys got your own thing going on. But we'd be like, whenever you want to do the show, let us know.
Oh fuck yeah!
Give us a week in advance, and we'll fly you out, do the show, and then fly you back home. That would be part of the $1 million going in. Because even like I'd throw $1 million into Gitchagumi Media, and I can only, based on like YouTube videos that I've seen of like Dream Studios and whatever, I can only imagine probably spending at most like $150,000 on a studio, and that's not like. I don't think we would spend $150,000 in a studio, because that's like a studio that included like a music production studio and a streaming studio and like ad spot studio and like all that other stuff was like $150,000. I think we could probably get by with a $50,000 studio for this show.
That's only 5% of the budget.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
you still have 95% of the budget left.
and we would the G6 that I get would be under Gitchigumi Media, so it'd be a business expense.
Oh shit.
So that would it'd be a write-off on taxes. And then every time we brought you guys on the show, that would be a write-off. Mm-hmm. I'd hire a pilot, that would be a write-off. So
holy fuck.
Like the G6 would be a business expense.
So like all that money, like because obviously you pay taxes on like any lottery prize, but then you write off the taxes you would have to pay anyway on that shit that you're gonna fucking buy.
Yeah.
This is how rich people do it.
Dude, the rich people don't pay anything.
I have an accounting
Everything
degree.
in this country is paid for by poor people.
I have an accounting degree. I thought about all this. And so, yeah, so like, but even after all that, even after everything, like our personal accounts, taking care of the family, putting money into this business, and then taxes, we would still have like $310 million to figure out what the fuck to do with.
Jesus.
And that would just be like that'd be like paying off bills that we currently have, and then like
you just
and that would be like a 10%, and then I'd just be like, all right, accountant, because obviously I would hire an accountant. It's like, all right, accountant, I want to put some of this to charity, obviously, but not all of it. And then the rest of it, I need you to figure out. I need you to help me to figure out what the fuck to do with it, because even like because I have. I'm listening to you. At this current time, the amount with this jackpot, the $1.6 billion jackpot, the $780 million cash value,
prize, yeah.
The amount that we have for real estate is like $36 million, and it's like I don't even know how I would spend that much on real estate.
Yeah,
like we would probably spend $500,000 on a house for us to live in. And another
maybe tops like $1 million.
Yeah. And then another, if the house didn't provide the studio space, maybe another $50,000 on a studio space. And I'm talking like because if we win the lottery, this show, the production value, we're gonna have multiple cameras. I'm probably gonna have to hire a camera guy. Like it'll
steal somebody from the office.
It'll be
want to get out of the army, be a camera guy.
Yeah.
I know,
yeah, probably. I know exactly who I'd ask, but it would be like, and I'd hire an editor. Like there would be expenses for the business. Obviously, it'd be fine, but like the production value of the show would go way up. But I still don't think for the building of the studio we would spend more than on the absolute high end, like $80,000. And then I still have to figure out what to do with the rest of the money because I don't need I don't need more house than I need. Obviously, I'm gonna get a house with a helipad because I have the money, and I'll get a mosquito if nothing else. A mosquito is $90,000.
I've seen those things. They're
yeah,
ridiculous.
like when you're talking about a cash prize of $780 million, a $90,000 helicopter is not a big deal. And we will. That's what I'm because we'd have 28.
We'd certainly have multiple houses.
Oh yeah. We'd have $28 million for real estate. We'd have multiple houses, and obviously, when we're not living in the houses, we'd be Airbnb-ing them or whatever, renting them out. However, that would be another thing that we have somebody else manage.
I tell you, everyone thinks about it, but you've clearly had time to let this thought exfoliate.
I have accounting.
I don't know where he is or what he does, but
I have an accounting degree. This is what I do. I mean, I literally have
actually
an education that has taught me this.
So that's what you would do, and that's good Lord, that's all amazing. So now we're gonna try and match that little thought.
Before I do any of that, though,
yes,
like. If I win, the first thing I'm doing is finding a lawyer. The second thing I'm doing is finding an accountant. The third thing I'm doing is finding a financial advisor.
You have to find a lawyer.
And then I'm going to the lottery office and be like, hey, I won this lottery. Can you give me the money, please?
Can I please have the money? Do that. Sir, I don't know what this means. Excuse me? You work at the lottery. You don't know what this means? So that is a highly detailed plan. Now, those of us without accounting degrees are going to try and match your level of detail. What do you think? Like, what's the lottery dream? His lottery dream is highly detailed and very specific.
Well, I would definitely want not like a bigger house. Well, maybe slightly bigger, not a whole lot bigger, because I would want like another room that's just a whole workout room, and like a cool like area where you do like movies, like a movie room or something. I would love to have like a kicking, banging ass fucking like huge like lot of land where I would have like a nice ass pool / jacuzzi combo thing that looked really nice. Like there's a jacuzzi cave thing I've seen that looks really cool. I would love to have that, and have it all like landscaped where it's kind of like, you know, lots of flowers and garden stuff, and kind of like this pathway that has like, you know, like a stream going through, you know, kind of like if you were like to go to like a garden center, and or like, you know, like Bellingrath Gardens or like any of the like nice garden places that you go visit, something like that, but it'd be in our backyard basically. And then obviously want like at least a house in Colorado and a house in California, and then let's see, obviously we'd have to get a plane or helicopter for you, some sick ass fucking cars. Like I know you always died for a Corvette, so we'd get you your Corvette. I don't know what kind of fancy car I would want. I probably wouldn't even really get a super fancy car. I probably would just get like a nicer car, like maybe a Jeep, a really nice Jeep or something. Travel, lots of travel for sure. Do tons and tons of visiting different countries, all kinds of travel, like literally everywhere I've ever wanted to go, which is pretty much everywhere.
Dude, that's awesome. See, she just handled all the things I wanted for myself. Like literally, like I want two things for myself: a plane and a car that is a Corvette. Like I don't like Ferraris, Lamborghinis. You can keep all that shit. I just want a Corvette. It's literally the same car for like a third of the money.
Yeah.
I didn't even go over my whole.
I'll tell you what, we're gonna come back to you. I want to hear the rest of the details. I knew we wouldn't be able to touch your level of detail. That's why we wanted to get ours in, because we were gonna circle back. It's like, excuse me, I wasn't done. Ours is simple. See, you already covered two of the biggest things I want for myself. The other part of that is like, I don't want people in our face while we're like doing all the stuff you're talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, cause yeah, like that would be the part of it. Is like, I would kill two birds with one stone. Like flying and traveling. You know, and obviously us getting to spend all this time together, not particularly worried about how we're going to make money.
Yeah.
Because the money, right, because the money makes money.
Yeah.
So my big thing would be like figuring out, like you said, you have a whole team of advisors. I would want to make sure, like I would be like, you know, my friend Gitch has this spreadsheet. It is kind of amazing. And they'll be like, kid, who do you think taught your friend Gitch how to make those spreadsheets? It's like, could you make one for my whole family? Like when I say my whole family, like I'm sure I have this massive family network that's going to come out of the woodwork. But I already know, and you know the family members I want to take care of, and those are the ones you actually see and are actually part of your life. For me, that would be like, you know, like parents, siblings, and like closest aunt and cousins. You know, I think I did the math. I think the total number comes out to like 12. And then it starts at a pyramid where it's like, okay, obviously my mom and dad would get the most money on principle, and it would be a trust like you're talking about. It's like, listen, like it's not that I don't trust you guys. It's just that this is too much money for anybody. So you're gonna live off the interest. You know what I mean? And it will be more than enough. And it'd probably be the same for, now that I'm thinking about it, it'd probably be the same way for everybody. It's like, hey, listen, like you're getting this in a trust that pays you the interest. If you don't like it, then So,
Too bad, because you wouldn't have had this money.
They do nothing. Like, it's still yours, You can either be happy or be miserable with it. They'd obviously be stoked. And then that's it. Like, that's literally, like, I've thought about it. I was like, what do I want? It's like, I mean, a lot, but it really comes down into my family, the plane and a car. And obviously us getting to travel and do all that stuff. Like, you literally captured all my fucking dreams. Like, that's about it. Yeah. Like, you've already got the idea. From my end, it would just be taking care of, because obviously we would take care of your side of the family too. Like, there's a lot. That's why people like to play these big prizes, because good Lord.
Wait, it's all dreams.
Right, it's all dreams, but I mean, dude, 60.4% of whatever it is now, like you said, $780 million is still like just north of 500
unbelievable amount of
dollars. The interest on half of that alone is still $11 million a year.
If I was a completely heartless person and like didn't give a shit about whatever, I could turn that into my own $1 billion if I just didn't touch it I wouldn't like it would only take at 780 million. It would take maybe 6 months of building interest to turn it into $1 billion.
Right, but unless you're Elon Musk, that's an incomprehensible amount of money.
It's it's money that I don't need it
to build a rocket ship, like a literal rocket that can traverse the solar system. Like, we get it.
Yeah.
Like, if you're Elon Musk, you need many more billions of dollars to be the guy that got humanity to Mars. But I'm not that selfless. So.
Yeah, well, and nor should you be. Like, that's not you're not doing
dream.
that. Yeah.
That was really his dream.
Yeah.
That was one of his dreams.
It always has been. I read his autobiography, but anyway, or I listened to it.
Right. So my dreams are simple. And they're kind of really just kind of a barnacle to what you're trying to do, really.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would set up a trust that the sole purpose of it would be to pay the salaries of the house staff.
What are they wearing?
That I would hire. I don't care what they wear.
Nice, casual Friday.
I don't want to have to clean my own house ever again.
Yeah,
that was
chef.
I don't.
Dude,
I don't want to have to cook.
stellar.
Yeah, I'd have a private chef, and I would pay him enough that he doesn't mind just cooking for me and my family for the rest of his life.
Right.
Because like he could either go work for the Hell's Kitchen guy. What's his name? Gordon Ramsay. He could go work for Gordon Ramsay,
But that's
for
miserable.
like
No
for like
one-
$150 million or $150,000 a year, or I could just pay him $250,000 a year,
And it's like
and he would
easiest thing
just
ever.
cook for my family. And by the way, you better if I win the lottery and you want to be my chef, you better know how to cook ramen. Okay, so that's because my kid loves ramen. So
Like,
anyway.
we're looking like fancy ramen.
we're talking like real ramen.
Yeah, there
not
you go.
not instant ramen.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So I'd have a trust set aside strictly to pay the house staff, and I'm talking like housekeeper, landscaper, chef, dog trainer, like all the people.
Dude, he needs one.
And it would be like,
It would be so cultured.
So that would be so we're looking at that. That's probably going to be like, on the high end $500,000 a month. The chef's obviously going to take a lot of that money. But the dog trainer might take a little bit of that money. But I'm sure I could hire a housekeeper, a landscaper, and a dog trainer, all totaled for like $150,000 a year, right? So I could set a trust aside to like cover all that with interest. I wouldn't have to dip into my own money for that. And then obviously we're going to travel. I would want to provide experiences for Chrissy Gumi, clearly, because you can buy presents all day long, but it's the experience that create the memories that create the the value in life and stuff like that. So we'd go.
No doubt.
We'd do all that. We'd do all the things. She would still have to go to school. We'd put her in a private school that would actually provide her with a good education and actually pay attention to her special needs and stuff like
You could
that.
literally just hire a teacher to come and like.
Yeah, but I don't. We would. I want her to have the social.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
The social stuff. It would have to be something I talk with a lawyer about though too, because when you're talking about that kind of money, then you invite outside influences in, and they're going to be like people trying to get their hands on that money. So that would be an issue.
A real bummer part of it is like
when you're talking about that amount of money, it's like that changes people. You know what I mean? Like, which I feel like having the accounting education, I at least have a little bit of a buffer against that. But I promise you, I would be a complete, like if I won on Saturday and I come into work on Monday, you're going to see a completely different Gitchigumi work.
Yeah, you'd be terrified. Like you're seriously going to be like, you're going to be completely distracted. Like,
I'm just going to be like, okay, well, whatever. And like, I don't give a shit about this place. And people are going to come to me and be like, hey, I need you to do this, 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 and this. And I'm going to be like, you need somebody else to do that because I'm not doing it.
I'm telling you, you'll have forgotten to text me. And then I'm going to hear this. I'm like, something's wrong. And then I'm like, have you called a lawyer?
Gitch, did you call a lawyer? And I'll be like, fuck yeah, I called a lawyer. You goddamn kidding me? Let's go to Sue Subs. We're starting today.
Yeah. I would literally throw whatever the fuck is in my path up and out like Max. Just like, dude, what the fuck? What are you doing? You homo? Like, I'm going to Sue's.
Yeah.
I can't win it, and you win it. At least I know I got subs in the show.
Yeah, and the show, I mean, that, like I said, it's going to, the plane and the pilot's going to be a business expense, and it's going to be solely for the purpose of getting you and Devin Bacon to the show whenever you want to do it. It's
Dude,
not like
imagine this on the tail of a fucking G8. That's fucking.
it would be the wine with the wifey logo.
Okay, that's on the tail. Paint this sucker on the underbelly.
There you go.
So people can see it. Kind of like what's his name? Tiger Woods plane.
I will be right back. You guys got the show. I really got to drain the wheels.
Oh my god, we have the controls. We're gonna spend our time without you trying to convince your cat to be the third member of the show.
Yeah.
This is Kitty Cat ASMR. Yes. Watch we blow up. I'm like, dude, I like the part of the show where they just call into the mic. Cat ASMR on Wine with the Wifey. That's right. Cats like the smooth call. I can't wait until this gets turned into a short. The cat loves it. He's rubbing up on me right now. He's like, meow, meow. I like this show. Meow, meow.
All the cats, people that have cats, they're like,
my cat loves your show. Call to it. Yeah. That is the one. She's so fluffy. Oh. Yeah. That is the one part. Since we're talking about it.
Big kitties.
That is the one part. And Gitch is not kidding, man. Like, people go nuts.
Her hair got in my nose.
And that's the part I would not like. Ugh.
And my mouth.
Oh, fun. Yeah.
I match her kind of.
You kind of do. Lulu print. It's a true Lulu row.
Except for I'm not as fluffy as she is. I ain't trying to be like that. But when you're a cat, you can do whatever you want.
Like to think, even with $500 million in liquid, dreams are pretty straightforward. I have one Gucci dream. Well, two Gucci dreams. Both are.
She has now stolen Gitch's seat.
Playing in the Corvette. In a big house with you, but also other places. The general gist of our life doesn't change.
We could also have the thing that you've always wanted, which is kind of like a dog farm, basically, because we could hire staff to take care of all the dogs.
That would be kind of bitchin'.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure we'd have a community farm.
Yeah, dude, that would be awesome.
Because the amount of animals that get brought into this house against
it is kind of incredible. We are kind of in a barn right now.
And we would have alpacas and emus and And the nice thing about when you have that kind of money, you don't need to husband the animals for money.
Mm-hmm.
So you just have them.
Yeah.
Like, and then you have the alpacas, and you're like, I guess I'll pay somebody to shear it and sell the fur, and it'll be like a pittance to the amount that I just have in my bank account, but whatever.
I mean, it's money. It's money.
Yeah. Yeah, my goal would be, though, to set it up, to set up a situation where me and my ancestors don't ever have to worry about money. Like, I would like to have, like, some sort of, like, distant future happen where my family is old money. You know what I mean?
Old money. That would be kind of nice.
Like, and I don't know. The only heir I have is Chrissy Gumi, and I'm fairly certain the second I die, she'll just spend all the money. But
hey, man, you can't control that.
Just like I would do my best to educate her on how to manage her money and be like,
I mean, that's what wills are for, dude.
We have the money so that you don't have to stress out about anything other than managing this money. Like you want to go to college, you can go to college, and you don't even have to worry about paying for it because it'll be paid for. But go for something that you actually are passionate about,
right,
so that you don't have to feel like you hate your life. You hate what you're doing, because like the only reason I have an accounting degree is because I started college in accounting in 2001. That was the degree program that I was the closest to finishing. But honestly, it's not something I'm passionate about. It's just something I'm good at. Like, I'm good at math. I'm good at numbers. I'm good at the generally accepted accounting principles and like the concepts of accounting and the idea of financial management. Beyond trading, that's something else I would do if I won the lottery, is continue to actively trade like Forex markets and stuff like that, because that stuff is interesting to me. I do it, and I'm not even trading real money right now. I'm trading a demo account and just trying to figure it out. But it's interesting. It's like it keeps me occupied, and it makes my brain work, and I like it. But I don't have a passion for managing other people's money. Accounting. It was essentially what accounting is. But this master's degree that I'm in, I'm finding that like the research process is actually really interesting to me. Like the act of sitting down, like having a subject that I have to learn about, that I'm actually interested in, and be like, okay, I have to read all this stuff, but it's not that I have to read all this stuff. It's that I have a reason to read all this stuff now. Like my case project is like the history of the CIA and the evolution of its role in the intelligence community, because I'm getting a master's in intelligence studies. And it's like, I have a reason now to read all this stuff about the history of the CIA. Obviously, it's all unclassified stuff and whatever, but it's like I can sit down and read this stuff, and I like actually, it's going to mean something because I have to write a case study about it. It's not just me reading it for the sake of reading it. That's interesting to me, and like that's the kind of stuff that this show would probably evolve into. Would be like, if I had all the free time in the world, I'd be like, okay, what is important right now? Like I named the title of the show this is a tornado of a show or whatever, because I went on Google Trends and saw that there's tornadoes in Texas. Probably insensitive, right? Probably insensitive. But it's like I could do the research and be like, okay, we're going to talk about these subjects, and then we're also going to do what the normal show is, which is just getting drunk and going off on tangents and whatever. Obviously, it's all pipe dreams, because the likelihood of me winning the lottery on Saturday is minuscule, right? And if I do win the lottery, I promise that the numbers I'm using are being used by other people, because I put it all in a spreadsheet and I pick the numbers that most commonly pop up. So somebody else out there has done that, right? And so I'm going to be sharing the prize with multiple other people, so I'm not going to get the full amount. I already know that. But it's like, I will get enough that it's gonna change everything. You know what I mean? Like, so.
I got my fingers crossed.
Well, you want subs.
You're selfish. You want subs.
You know, yes. and it's not just going to be tied to. We'll write the contract in such a way that we can explore the country and find the best bulgogi subs in the country, and then that's where we'll go.
Sounds glorious. Okay, hold on, which way am I looking? It sounds glorious.
I was like, "Are you looking in the light there?" You're like.
And the beautiful thing about doing it the way that I'm going to do it, because it's going to be a business expense and get your Gumi Media, and you know, businesses pay taxes after expenses. Like individuals pay taxes on what they earn, but businesses pay taxes after they spend.
Totally fair.
Yeah, and this company does not make any money, so I won't pay any taxes. I'll pay taxes that first year when I do the initial investment, and then no more.
God bless America, my home, sweet home. That's public domain, right?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Well, it is now. So.
Your account has been shut down.
Well, it wouldn't be shut down. It'd just be all the ad revenue for this show would go to other people. Whoever owns the rights to that song, yeah. All right, are we done?
Yeah,
I think we're done.
I'm losing the fight.
Yeah.
I hear some animal snoring.
Let me get this set up.
And it is definitely.
Well, be careful because Barley is directly behind you.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. We really appreciate having you. If you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button on YouTube, the follow button on Twitch. Hit that thumbs up button over there on YouTube. Help us out. Help other people discover us. And until next time, pour on.
Have I become a little too shy for love? I've been hurt before. All's fair in love and war. So I snuggle up close to the shell I'm living in. And if I let you in, another round begins. No, I'm spinning in a vicious cycle. I'm scared of doing something I'll regret. Maybe this is right, but I'm still staring at your silhouette. What if you're everything I need? A fire in my heart, the air I breathe. What if I'm incomplete without you by my side? What if I go against my heart instead of confessing from the start? What if I miss out on the life meant for us? I need you by my side.
Should I be scared? The feeling's so different now. You got me floating here, a feather in the air. Oh, but when the wind blows, will I tumble or sail away? Or would you have me stay? And what if I escape? I know
I'm spinning in a vicious cycle. I'm scared of doing something I'll regret. Maybe this is right, but I'm still staring at your silhouette. What if you're everything I need? A fire in my heart, the air I breathe. What if I'm incomplete without you by my side? What if I go against my heart instead of confessing from the start? What if I miss out on the life meant for us? I need you by my side, by your side. I'm not afraid. We found something that'll never fade. We can be ourselves and figure out the rest along the way.
if you're everything I need? A fire in my heart, the air I breathe. What if I'm incomplete without you by my side? And what if I go against my heart instead of confessing from